Yo, ma.
Meat spin.
Ladies and meat spinners, to this week's episode of Pillar to Post, proudly powered. What?
That's it?
Yeah, well,
we're on.
Usually I'm like, oh, do you want to go? And you're like, yes, fucking, let's go.
Okay.
And you were just on your phone, so I thought, let's fucking go.
No, as in I was getting up. We're on.
Ah, yes. Welcome everybody to this week's episode of Pillar to Post, proudly powered by Pack Media, who's part of the Pig Athletic Club. We're coming to you from the pool room here at the Caxton Hotel, the home of Pillar to Post podcasts, amongst many other shitty podcasts. I'm your host, Jay Bohr Staunton, and joining me as per usual, best friend of the whole entire world, Big Fat Das. Hello, Big Fat Das.
Go, Jay Bohr. How are you, mate?
I'm good as gold, man. How you doing?
Good.
What have you been up to?
Not a lot, mate. Just it's all starting to heat up.
Riveting.
Oh, hey, hold on. Mate, not a lot. I may be able to get the call up for Bris Vegas Sevens.
Yeah?
On the weekend.
Sass doesn't know about this.
No. I'll be attending. You know what I mean?
That was your eye winking, by the way.
Yeah. I'll be tending to the smoke machine, the beers. I think, from what I've heard, is we're hiring a like a trailer freezer, kind of a portable cool room, so that we can just sit in there and just crush tins.
Sick.
And open up the door.
All the kit all rocked up today. Do you want to see a photo?
Oh yeah, big time.
I'll bring it up.
So, because there's Black Dogs and the Filthy Dogs, or is it just all one?
All just one, I think.
All one kit. Gotcha.
I don't know. I think there's two different jerseys, maybe.
Yes.
Because I don't
yes.
know. So to answer your question, I don't know. The kit rocked up.
Yep.
Like 2 days ago, but I didn't get a chance to look at it until this morning. So Riddy's going to pop around, I think, tonight and
Gotcha.
pick it up, which is good gas. Just bear with us a tick.
And also the Pack have a Barbars team.
Yes, yeah.
There you go. And
Red hot fucking Barbars side as well. So there's the jerseys.
For Black Dogs?
Yep.
Oh, there you go.
Not bad, eh?
Not bad.
Fucking red hot design there. Designed by creative director at Pig Athletic Club, Sione Helu, one of the co-directors. Mate, it's fucking sick. What is going on here, man? Mate, that is a fucking sick jersey design. But I think there's two different jerseys.
Yep.
And everyone's got the same singlet and shorts.
And shorts and socks or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
It's going to be a ripper of a day.
I don't know. I just hope Rennie picks it up tonight and he says it's all there.
What?
It looks like it is.
Hey, only God knows.
Right?
Yep.
So, but no. Like, our sourcing manager is a fucking gun, so he got all the other shit here in time, which is fucking good gas.
I'm sure he's got it all figured out.
Yeah. But mate, no, it's going to be fucking awesome, Bris Vegas Sevens. We're actually going to be commentating the finals on the Sunday afternoon live through the Pillar to Post and Pig Athletic Club YouTubes and Facebook page and all that sort of shit, so that should be fun.
Because something I do love about this Bris Vegas Sevens is that social is just one day, one and done.
Yep.
When it's Sunday, it's like, don't even think about Sunday.
Yeah.
Because you don't normally, anyway, until you've got to play that day.
But also, they've given up trying to get people to show up.
Correct.
Because they're not going to.
It's not going to happen.
Never in a million years.
Yeah.
So, I'm fucking pumped for it, but it should be good fun.
Okay. What are your thoughts on, what's his name, Naden from the Panthers?
Brent Naden, they got done for bash and cheese.
He'd already been dropped. And he didn't play in the grand final, right? So he got dropped maybe on the Wednesday, Thursday. Didn't make the team. Got dropped out of even the 17. He actually got tested after the grand final, right? That night.
No, didn't he go on the day of the grand final and go to them and say,
I want to go to rehab.
Come up?
No, yeah, he said
he was tested before the grand final.
Oh,
I think he came out the day of or something like that.
Because he'd already been. No. He didn't. All he said is, "I've got some issues. I think I need to go to rehab."
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So he said to them on the day of the grand final, "I want to go to rehab or whatever."
Yes.
And then the next day he gets tested, and they're like, Well, he definitely needs to go to rehab.
Yes, but
Wasn't playing.
his season's over, bro.
Yeah.
And he's not doing gallon kind of stuff with his peps, with these peptides, mate.
Yeah, with his
And
Pepsis.
he's not getting his dank drugs.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
You know my thoughts on this sort of shit. Like,
Let the boys play.
recreational drugs,
Yep.
it's just ridiculous.
Yep.
Fucking ridiculous.
And how there's no window for them to just go, off you go, mate. I'll see you back in January.
Not even in a fucking sporting context. I'm a firm believer in, like, drugs being legalised and,
Yeah.
you know, the fucking funds to prosecute fucking criminals,
Yep.
quote unquote, should be put towards treatment programs and stuff like that, because people are going to fucking bash pingers and fucking heroin and all this sort of shit, educate people when they're younger,
Yep.
help those that are actually suffering from it, and you can regulate it a lot fucking better, and also monetize it as well if you do,
Yeah.
you know, and get fucking taxes from that. Like, it's been proven that education is a much better fucking tool than to prevent
Law enforcement. Yeah.
those from, because if you not like me with my drug issues and my alcohol issues and stuff like that, my biggest thing is that I quit drinking because when I drank I would eat pingers, and when I eat pingers I'm awake for 3 days, and I wouldn't stop drinking and I wouldn't stop eating pingers and doing drugs. I know I can't do that.
Yeah.
I do edibles and shit now because I know that I can do that in a controlled state, and I know that it doesn't fuck my brain up. You know,
Yeah.
when I was doing pingers or I was drinking to excess and just being a fucking lunatic, I was massively depressed, suicidal, and it was all completely fucked. And I did something to rectify it, but I know I had to do my own research, or by way of actually just fucking munging pingers
Getting
and
in the
getting
depths.
on the piss
Yeah.
to understand that. And I always say, I will never tell anybody not to fucking get on the piss or do drugs or do whatever the fuck it is, because I know everybody's going to fucking do it one way or the other if they choose to do so. But you need to understand how it affects you, and you need to understand better what can actually happen by way of side effects or outcomes or financially
Some
or
people-
physically or mentally or emotionally, all that sort of stuff.
Some people might not have the ability to look and go, you know what? It's probably not for me.
Exactly.
By-
and that's
by
the
that
fucking
time, they've
thing.
lost-
But if
yeah,
you're
yeah.
growing up and you're knowing that heroin does this to you in a greater sense, and it's this bad for you in a physical and mental and health capacity and stuff like that, you're better educated in regards to that. If you do then decide to fucking do it, you then need to be able to have something that you can rely on to help treat that illness, which is your addiction to heroin, whatever it may be. Because people go, just don't fucking do heroin then, cunt. I'm like, you don't know the inner workings of anyone's fucking mind bar your own. And a lot of the time, some cunts don't even know the inner workings of their own fucking mind. So to, like, project onto other fucking people how you believe they should fucking run their life is complete horseshit. But you can be there to support people and do that sort of fucking shit. And it's great that fucking Brent Naden has been able to fucking feel comfortable to go to them and say, I need to sort this out. Because the biggest fucking issue is that, you know, I would fucking look at other people I know, and won't name any names, and we'd get fucking loose and all this sort of stuff, and I'd go, well, if they can do it, why can't I?
Yeah.
I don't know that they might be fucking sitting at home like I was doing at fucking 2 a.m, bawling their eyes out and wanting to fucking kill themselves, or doing other fucking crazy shit.
Or sleep.
Because I just see them when they're fucking munging pingers or getting loose, and I'm like, yeah, this is fucking sick.
Or sleeping on your mate's living room on a mattress for 4 days.
3 days.
3 days.
And I'd just gotten back from New York, so I was a bit jet lagged. I've been back for like a week. No, like a month, sorry.
Just catching up
But
on it.
no, so I'm a fuck.
Yeah.
You know my thoughts on this, and like, you know, each to their fucking own. But to denigrate or fucking, you know, chastise someone because of an addiction problem is fucked. And
Big time.
like, to be honest, especially recreational drugs, I understand peptides and shit because it's that unfair advantage and shit. Who gets the unfair advantage at the end of a game where you've just belted the living piss out of each other? You go home and you smoke a fucking joint because you're like, my body hurts like a mask, right? or you go, look, I'm going to go out in the town and fucking bang a bit of cheese. Like, I know, obviously, the whole production of cheese, but that's because it's criminalised. That's why there's so much bloodshed associated with it and all this sort of stuff. Like,
isn't that better than drinking
yeah.
UDLs for 12 hours?
And everybody
you know what I mean?
fucking cheers and celebrates Cam Munster. I reckon he's a fucking legend. But, like, celebrates him because he goes on the bend for 3 days and rocks up to the fucking Queensland Origin photo looking like a half-chewed fucking minty. Can't look like a fucking used condom. And, like, everybody's like, ugh,
what a ledge.
Good Aussie spirit. And it's like, cunt. Like, is that
How is that okay?
Is that more
That's
celebrated
not okay.
than me sitting on the couch eating half a fucking gummy worm and watching Demolition Man? Yet I'm the one in the comfort of my own home
in my undies
wearing fucking. I was just about to say wearing chungas and slippers and a bathrobe. I cook a fucking chicken sandwich. I eat a fucking half a gummy snake. I watch Demolition Man, piss myself laughing, and eat half a tub of fucking connoisseur mint choc ice cream. Yet
chicken
I'm
sandwich.
the one. I'm the criminal.
How do you do chicken sandwich?
I was doing... Well, I didn't want to do anything fancy because I just couldn't be fucked. And
Basic,
I was
yep.
super high.
Yep.
So I just did the old...
What type of bread?
Well, I got like some like mini ciabatta loaves.
Yes.
And I just made like a spicy Kewpie mayo.
QP.
Just got the green oak lettuce because it's a bit more leafy.
Yep.
Then that's really good on sandwiches. Iceberg's good on burgers.
Yep.
And I just made this quick like sort of... I was about to be so pretentious and be like, there's North African spice rub. So I was just about to go, this spice rub.
Lucky you didn't.
Yeah, and just quickly fried off some chicken breasts, and I literally just kept it like that with a squirt of lemon over that, and then I just made some home fries.
Gotcha.
With some Japanese 5-spice that Connie and Lozzie brought home from their holiday to Japan. My housemates brought me home a gift, and it was just... little thing of spice, but I fucking eat it all the time. It's delicious.
Were you like, what am I going to do? Oh, God.
And I still have it, and I use it heaps.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, these fries are spicy. I'm like, Japanese spice, baby.
Gotcha.
But, mate, no, so I've said this, and in particular, when fucking Premier Rugby players are getting fucking drug tested. Right. You know my thoughts on that. But, I totally understand where they're coming from, and I understand that the recreational drugs are tested for and banned as a result of the fact that they are criminal,
technically illegal. Yeah, yep.
And that's so. I've just gone on a fucking long-winded rant, but that's where I stand on the whole war on drugs issue and stuff like that, because you're never going to fucking win it. And I understand it can be a bit of a fallacy to be like, it's the equivalent of being like, why have laws? Because they're just going to get broken anyway. But it's not really, because like they are going to fucking criminalise that shit, and they are, because there's so much money to be made in drugs. It'd be so much better running it yourself, controlling it, mediating it, and supporting those that do get addicted and stuff like that. And you know, because you never know why someone started fucking shooting heroin. People are brought up in fucking crazy households. Some people might not be, but they just do it, and you can't fucking discern who's going to and who's not. If you can educate as many people as possible, then how far in are we?
Mate, fucking hell. So anyway,
14 minutes
mate,
in.
I think it was a bit rough, him getting tested, grand final day. He's not even playing. Right. Bit rough. Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah.
He got dogged.
Got dogged hard.
Oh, God. Mate, I had my brother's surprise 40th at the Story Bridge on Friday.
Sick.
And
Stu Jackman.
Stu Jackman. And he went to school with Mark Chisholm. And Chisholm rocked up. He was sitting down initially. And I think his head, we were like eye to eye. And he stood up because he's a gentleman and shook my hand. And I was like, oh, fuck. You know, one of those hands that just engulfs my hand. I'm like, please sit down, Mr. Chisholm.
Mr. Chiz.
Oh, he's still looking
A1 though.
Wait, he's not so looking massive. As dynamic as like a Rob Simmons though. I think.
No.
I think
he's no handsome Ned.
As an athlete, I think Simmons would still have him. Always have, mate. He should just pull on the boots.
He is still so jacked, dude. I interviewed him a couple of years ago.
Oh, that's right, the West.
At Old Dogs Day,
mate.
Again, I was on the bend. Like, this is what I used to do, and I rock up, and I see Chips, and he was at my place till fucking, early morning. Like, he went home, had a sleep.
Yeah.
I didn't. And I walked down, I see him, got 2 black rats, and he was drinking the same, and I'm like, I'm just so keen just to sit down and just get on the piss and not talk to anyone while she walks over. Oh, boys, you two, good to interview Mark Chisholm and host the fucking Old Dogs
that's the
Day.
entire
And Chips
day.
goes, oh, that's Jay's thing, and just walks away. So I'm sitting there going through his Wikipedia trying to find some fucking things to ask him about. I'm using a pink pencil on a piece of paper to write down some questions, and I'm like shaking. And I'm like looking at this piece of paper, and it was just so fucked I couldn't see anything. So I'm sitting on stage, fucked as, interviewing Cheers. Went really well.
It did. He's a big boy.
He's so massive.
Oh, God. It was so funny. If only he put his hand up for second row.
Right? We'll get to that.
We will.
But before we do,
Green Beacon.
Green Beacon. Look, I won't say anything, actually. Go on.
What?
I'll tell you off air.
It's about Green Beacon?
Kinda. In a roundabout way.
Wait, I like that. Green Beacon, here we go. It's a Brisbane born and bred brewery and a major supporter of grassroots rugby here in Queensland. You can find Green Beacon Australia-wide at any number of major retailers. Green Beacon, it's just beer as good as it can be.
Brilliant. Got through that well.
Yeah.
All right. We'll get to the Aussies versus the Argies next, but first up,
Yep.
we'll just chop through this pretty quickly because
Yep.
we've been talking for a while already.
Yep.
But this was a good little gesture, the Sam Cane putting down the All Blacks jersey, but the All Blacks 38-0. Absolute pizzling.
10-0 at half time.
Yeah, and then 4 unanswered tries
And
in
then
the back end.
just like... Then
In 30-odd minutes, I think.
do you read into that? And that was with a already weakened Argies
Yeah.
team. Probably just...
The All Blacks needed that, but...
Oh, big time.
Oh, 100%.
Um,
That is what they needed to do, especially against an understrength Argies side.
Yep.
Mate, you'd be remiss to fucking say that, they probably should have been in the lead by a lot more in fucking half time. But credit to them, 40-point odd win is exactly what they fucking needed. Yeah. So.
Yep.
But yeah, as you said, you can't really read too much into it.
No.
What was anticipated happened,
Yep.
and it's hard to fucking say what the vibe is around the All Blacks at the moment because it is such a strange season. So, yeah. I think the one thing on Ian Foster's side is that they don't have an autumn.
Yeah. They can hit
what
the
do they
reset,
call it?
November tour kind of thing.
Yeah, what is it called? The Autumn Test Series? Anyway. They don't have that to really test themselves. And that is probably going to be Ian Foster's saving
Big
grace
time.
because he's now got another 8 months.
Everyone will have forgotten.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on a
They're
second.
like, oh, yeah, the Kiwis killed it in Super Rugby Aotearoa. And then they're like, oh, fuck, that's right. So he's
It's
got
our
8
own-
months to fucking
Yep.
to right the ship
Yep.
because, it has not been the smoothest
With
of starts.
with this gesture of the number 10 Maradona All Blacks jersey, for the game, okay, Maradona, yes, legend of Argentina, soccer player. The Argentinians just wore a black armband,
Yeah.
and they got ridiculed for is that the only
Yeah.
gesture?
And that's actually what led to Pablo Matera's thing. Apparently, they reckon those
Here we
old
go.
tweets.
All right, we're on.
Because we spoke
Okay.
about this beforehand, because I haven't seen the tweets.
Yep.
You have. But apparently the reason why
Yes,
people potentially found these tweets is they were still on there, but they were,
deep.
9-10 years ago,
Yep.
that people just hadn't... But then I think because there was some renewed vigour in regards to looking at the socials of the players and all that sort of stuff, they reckon that could have been the catalyst for people to be going through their fucking thingo, and then they found Pablo Matera's xenophobic and racist tweets. And so I heard that they were racist against black people and xenophobic to Colombians or Costa Ricans or Bolivians or something like that, or...
Yeah. So they were from 2011 and 2013. So there were 3 players. Matea, something with a C, and then 3 blokes, who were all 29.
Carreras?
Carreras, and then anyway,
Pablo Matera and someone else.
and then there's so they're all currently 29, 28, 27.
So they
I
all
think.
sort of like played together growing up.
Correct. And I was like,
How bad can they
how
be?
bad? Yeah, it's like
What do they say?
like
And look, you can say what they've got to say because you are just literally quoting. I think if you whitewash this sort of shit,
no, it was like yeah, it was as bad as you can imagine. There was talk about homosexuals, a lot of racism towards, I think it's Ecuadorians or something,
Ecuadorians.
who they're fleeing, I'll call them rats and all this kind of stuff, and they should all be killed. And
Bullshit.
yeah, all that kind of stuff.
That's the sort of shit Hitler used to say.
Yeah, that kind
Call
of thing.
them vermin, infestation,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
So you got that. And then you look at how they were probably all, like an 18, 19, 17-ish. A long time ago, Matea's now captain. It's one of those ones. Yes, it happened. What do you do? Right? It's bad, to be honest.
It is bad. Like, I am...
Are you allowed to change? You know what I mean?
Yes, that's the thing. So I'm like a vehement, like obviously anti-racist
Yeah.
and all that sort of stuff. Like in that respect, I think it's fucking despicable. But I'm not gonna lie. You know, I think a lot of it is so a lot of what people that age, even our age, 30s and stuff like that, that argument of like it was a different time or what have you and all that sort of stuff. When there's like 75-year-old people.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, that
Someone's
was what
grandma.
they said back in the day. It's okay. And you go, well, my grandma doesn't say that. There are other 75-year-olds that
Again,
don't say
there's a
that
spectrum
stuff.
of that. Yeah,
And
yeah.
at the same fucking time, so I grew up in Logan. I went to school at Grammar and all this sort of stuff. And I'm not going to lie, you have uncles that say, like obviously not Marto, but I'm saying is like, there, we've got to make sure.
It's Marto.
But no, like you have uncles or you have cousins or you have whatever it is, and they say racist things, and you're brought up in that environment, and you're easily molded in regards to that respect. But
You gotta
it's
make
as you
choices,
get
yeah.
older, you start to understand. Like I've told racist jokes before, sexist jokes. I've told homophobic jokes. I've said shit that is just despicable looking back on it. But I think you have to be able to take stock and understand that if you cannot look back on things and understand that what you may have said or done is actually offensive or derogatory or even just a despicable act unto itself, if you can't use that to help yourself grow, then that is where the issue arises. So if Pablo Matera now, and I saw his tweet coming out saying, where he actually apologised and said, I have to take responsibility for the despicable things I said. When he said despicable, I was like, is that lost in translation or is... Because despicable is a very, very strong term.
Yeah.
And I like, obviously we don't know Pablo Matera, but he may be staunchly anti-racist and his views may have changed. What he's said and done in the past, it is inexcusable. What I've said and done in the past is inexcusable. But I now know that it is inexcusable. And I look back on that as with some level of regret because I didn't know better at the time. But you can't rely on ignorance. But at the same fucking time, that is what's now made me someone who is very staunchly against that shit. I've had run-ins with people who say shit like that now, and I'll pull them up on it because it actually makes my fucking skin crawl.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to lie, I said fucking... Because that's just sort of the environment you're brought up in, like... An analogy might be like, so my missus lives in fucking Redcliffe or Scarborough, and I like drive and I'm like, fuck, it is like fucking beautiful around here. It's actually like Redcliffe is fucking stunning. And she's like, yeah, that's because you're a fucking grammar boy. Like, you're a fucking...
How dare she?
No, you're like snotty
How
nose...
dare she?
Yeah, snotty nose, toffee nose fucking
Yeah.
cunts. And you think of Redcliffe as like scummers and shit. And I'm like, it is fucking unbelievable. But it's... That's just... It was what you're surrounded by. But that's the fucking thing. Your opinions change. Your thoughts change. your understanding of shit changes as you get older.
Yeah, yeah.
It's when it doesn't.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I know people who...
If you choose not to open your eyes.
Yeah, I know
That's on
people
you.
who I've actively fucking called out for being a fucking racist cunt or a sexist cunt or a fucking, just a homophobic cunt, and they still fucking do it. They're the cunts where I go, you're a fucking piece of shit. Like, you're a fucking piece of shit because you know better.
Yeah.
And that's the fucking case. You fucking know better now. What you say as a fucking 17, 18, 19-year-old, you're still a fucking kid.
Yeah.
So, like, look, I'm not defending what he fucking said. Obviously not. If you think I am, then you're a fucking...
That's...
Imagine it just going
That's the way I picked it up, though.
Yeah.
Sounds if you're all for it.
100%.
Right?
I mean, no.
Oh, wait.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
No, but, like, that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Look, I think, we can't get in the fucking... Like, obviously, inexcusable.
Yep.
And it is despicable. But that's the fucking tweets of a 17 to 19-year-old
And the fact that he said,
cunt.
I'll put my hand up, but it was despicable. I'll cop whatever it is. Let's move. Like, yeah.
And that's the fucking thing as well, right? Like, comments born out of ignorance so often get people in fucking trouble.
Big time.
But I think as well, like, things said or done in ignorance, albeit it may be your reasoning for it, it is no excuse. So you can't rely on your ignorance as saying something that denigrates someone else.
It's like that
But
tweet.
if you do then do or say something born out of ignorance and then you admit fault and say, I didn't know, I do know for future and I do apologise to anyone I offended, then...
Well, Jay, I'd like to take this opportunity to apologise to you and part of your community. Because 10 years ago, right, I wrote a tweet that said, I hate people with two buttholes. And I'd never met... No. Wipe that tear away, mate. And I'm going to have to own up.
Wipe away that Pablo Matera.
I'd never met someone with two buttholes. Then, hung out with you.
And now I just hate you.
Right? now I figured out what I hated. So I'd like to apologise. That was a time I didn't know. I didn't know any better. Right?
Yeah.
Now I do. It was despicable. Right?
And to be honest, like... yeah, like, it's a fucking tricky one. Because, like... Oh, look, I'll fucking admit it. I remember during the semi-final, I fucking flippantly called the East guys Mongoloids. And because at the time... I was under the fucking impression, because going up through fucking school, I remember my teacher was saying the Mongols were known as Mongoloids and all this sort of
warriors.
stuff. Yeah.
Charging and stuff. Yeah.
And I called him that, and I remember afterwards I was talking to the missus, and I just said, wait, is that actually... Yeah, and I felt... Because I've got a nephew who has both physical and mental disabilities, and I would never fucking use a term like that knowingly... And I felt so fucking bad.
You're a bit cagey for like a week.
Mate, I felt... you guys saw me.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
fucking like... I was so depressed. Like, for fucking 3 or 4 days after, I was so depressed. And I was like on the brink of fucking tears with Source from the QRU. And I just felt so bad. And it's quite strange. That weekend, Max Verstappen, I think it was, in the fucking F1, got cut off by a guy. And they had his audio. And he goes, what a fucking idiot. What a fucking dumb cunt. Look, I'm just going to say it. He's a fucking Mongol. And the reason why... So a Mongoloid was an old term from the 50s or 60s used to describe those with Down syndrome. And apparently Mongol is obviously a derivative of that. And the term Mongol... Like earlier this year, we made a fucking comment on that...
Don't drag me
No,
in
no.
this.
Of that Lucan, where Lucan sort of dragged Harry Hawkings. And I said, Big Khan coming with the full Mongol horde. And apparently the term Mongol... See, and that's the thing. It's not as...
That one's
because
actually,
it's a very old term, not a lot of people have picked up on it and all that sort of stuff. So a lot of people are actually ignorant to the bigger terms, and they are actually ignorant to the fact that the term Mongol is actually used as a like a derogatory term. And like, I'm fucking so sorry for it. I felt so fucking bad. And as I said, ignorance may be your reasoning, but it's no excuse. But I know now for the future that I'm not going to be fucking saying that shit. Nor would I have fucking said it. As I said, I've got a nephew who is mentally handicapped and physically. Like, I wouldn't fucking actively fucking say it. But it's the same sort of thing. Like, comments born out of fucking ignorance they are inexcusable. And I like the fact that Pablo Matera did come out and actually fucking say this shit. He's actually owned up to it. You know, and I think that shows a certain level of fucking genuine remorse and understanding of the impact he might have had on those fucking people. Whether or not he's genuine, we don't fucking know because we're not Pablo Matera.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah. This has been a fucking really intense fucking opening half an hour, isn't it?
I try to lighten it up with the whole butthole thing.
Yeah.
So
it's just been me fucking waxing lyrical, dropping mad
so
couples
it's
everywhere.
one of these ones. And you had your wedges too, so I thought you'd be maybe you're
what's
sleepy
happened?
and grumpy. I don't know. So All Blacks, the Maori All Blacks are playing this weekend against a Pacifica team.
Oh, sick, are
Yeah.
they? I had
This
no
weekend or
idea.
this weekend. Back in New Zealand.
Moana Pacifica?
That's the one. And
Is that the team that was started by Jerome Kino and shit?
Yes, and Umaga is the coach.
Loose.
I may have just made that up. So fully loose. Now we get loose. The RGs playing this weekend. So they've lost Matea and
Pablo Matera. Carreras.
And the other bloke. And they're all veterans
it's like three
of the
tenors.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? Like Pavarotti, Domingo,
Dominguez and
and
Carrera.
the other guy.
And the other guy, the little guy. And they're three. You lose the captain. But then again,
well, let's look at the Wallabies side they've got
Okay.
lining up. So, Sio Paenga-Ramosa and Alalatoa, so he's starting ahead of Tupou now. Simmons Phillip, Handsome Ned, Michael Hooper, Harry Wilson, Nick White, James O'Connor on the Sting, Rika and Tom Wright, centres Hunter and Jordan, and at fullback Reece Hodge. So we'll run through the bench. Fainga, Bell, Tupou, Salakai, Lotto, Valentini, Gordon, Simone, and Banks. So, well, look, the only change is obviously James O'Connor coming in and Hodge going to fullback, and then you've got Alan Alatoa.
So I got Loto back on the
Like
second
Salakai
squad.
Lotto's back.
Okay.
So probably your three best ball runners that you've got at your disposal are Khan, Tupou, and Harry Wilson. Yeah, you're just starting one.
Okay. Cycolo Loto on the bench. Do you reckon that could be because he's maybe not 100%?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. It has to be. It has to be, right? Because could you... and oh, my God. Like, Tupou on the bench again. I thought they would... It was like, maybe we'll give him an extra 15 minutes this time. And it's just so as you just spoke about it, so at the moment, your big ball runners...
I think... Do you reckon that there's value that Rennie sees in the fact that Hunter and Jordan Pataya are both good ball runners as well? Like they can get over the yard line and it can help Harry. Because you look at that forward pack and there's no denying that your only genuine fucking ball carrier is Harry Wilson.
Yeah.
But you do have two centres that are both very, very strong ball carriers.
But okay, then why don't you just have more threats?
I don't know.
Yeah, you're trying to.
I'm just trying to understand it.
Correct. Me too. Like you can't have Simmons, Phillip, and Hannigan again, right?
where the gripe is.
That's where it is. Co, awesome.
Alalatoa and Tupou switching. Like Alalatoa is sick.
Yeah.
Like there's no denying.
BPA and Fainga, whatever. Like,
But
just
it's that 4-5-6 for you.
it's there, and then also okay, Reece Hodge, back to fullback, and they keep saying.
Do you think that's the fact that Tom Banks can't pass?
Are we now just putting Reece Hodge, just trying to find him a spot? Right, he's a great. He seems like a great guy.
Probably is.
Seems like a great guy.
They probably are trying to find a spot for him.
Like,
But every time he gets a start, for mine, it just solidifies the fact that he's a utility.
correct. Like him on the bench, like zip it up, boom. He has
Then you
that.
don't have to carry Simone and Banks.
No, like you have a Hodge or a Halapetti on the bench, boom. You can't.
I'd rather a Hodge who
Correct.
can play 10, 12.
And he can kick
Can literally play 10 through 15.
easy, right? Not 10 and 15 starting. Like he's just not done. Like O'Connor back, love it. Korobidi, Pasami Patel, let's keep
The
that.
best thing about Reece Hodges' utility is that he is still dynamic in a sense.
Yes.
Like he's
He's
know,
very able in all of it. He's not
yeah,
like
but he's not like, he's not the electric fullback Tom Banks
No.
is. He's not the ball playing, ball running 10 that James O'Connor is. He's not the devastating fucking line runner that Jordan Petaia is.
Yeah.
He does those things
he does
well.
them. Correct.
But that's the thing. Like he's the guy you can bring off the bench who.
Very capable. You're not losing
Yes, but he's still dynamic
much,
in
if
some
anything.
aspects.
Yes.
Not as dynamic
as a Korobidi. Yeah.
as a Korobedi or
Yeah.
whatever it may be. But, you can bring him on and he's still not just like, okay, we're going to put him on and he's just going to be a stopgap. He can still create
Yes.
shit
Yeah.
in an exciting stance.
It's not a negative replacement.
No.
Like sometimes Halapetti.
Well, Haley Petty's boring
He
as
used to just
batshit.
cover.
It's like,
We don't need to cover.
put him on.
We need to score some points.
Yeah.
Dale
Boring
Dale
cunt.
or Daly? Dale.
Dane.
I was getting Daly, Cherry Evans, and Dale Copley. He's back at the Broncos. That's a big signing for the Broncos.
They're in a bad shape when they're getting Dale Copley.
We got him back. It's like, oh, did he leave? Where did he go? He
I
must
thought
have
we
been.
just got rid of him.
They must have been playing for the Storm on the wing. Oh
Hasn't
no,
he
that
been
was.
working at the subway at Indro?
Isn't he labouring with you on the weekends?
Yeah. Just got the email to sign up.
Gordon, I would have thought you'd give Tate another
Another
crack.
Guernsey.
Like something. Valentini, I
mate,
like on the bench there.
I think this team just solidifies the fact that Rennie he's backing in a lot of combinations to see who works best. You can't help but think that there are some, obviously Harry Wilson's had that 8 on lock that entire time, so you can't help but think that, he's backing in Harry Wilson. Hunter Paisami and Petaia are getting their third match now in a row. Tom Wright's locking it down, but he's still making tweaks.
Yeah.
So he still doesn't know who his sort of 4, 5, 6 is going to be, in my opinion. He doesn't know who his 2 is going to be, and he doesn't know who his 15 is going to be. And that is obvious. I mean, like the 9 through 14 have been the same for a few weeks now.
Rennie-
7 and 8 are all locked in.
Rennie
so
for me is like me in grade 8 dating. He's tweaking in all the wrong places, right? Mate.
was that a joke about fingering?
What? That's not it. Yeah, of course it fucking was, mate. You know what I mean? It's like, why are you fiddling there, mate? What are you doing over there? Anyway.
Was this at the Indro cinemas?
Did you ever go like movie marathons at Indro? That's weird, right?
I went to the
And-
Lord of the Rings one once.
That's okay. But when it's like, oh, they're playing Ferris Bueller's Day Off and this and that, and you're like, what? Chicks are weird. Why have you got a pillow? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. I
It's like,
remember.
oh, because my butt hurts. Like, yeah, because you sit down for 5 hours.
Yeah. I remember we went to it because it was like you watched the first one, the
Whoa,
second
whoa,
one.
hold
then,
on.
Then
The new third one.
Yeah.
Hold on. How many hours is
It was
that?
long. It
Because
was long.
they just keep getting longer and longer, don't they?
Oh yeah.
Could you imagine nowadays if that kind of a thing was happening and you just bring in, what, 2 or 3 snakes?
Oh yeah.
Right.
It would actually be sick.
And a black plastic bag full of popcorn.
Yeah.
Like a big old...
With Maltesers
Yeah.
strewn through.
Oh, yeah. Heat it up with
Yeah.
with a hairdryer. Just...
Sorry.
Sorry, Sauron.
Sorry. No, this dude fucking walks in dressed as Gandalf, and everyone was just like, wow, yeah. My mates and I are like, boo, you fucking gimp cunt.
And then your dad sat next to you like, oh, God, Dad.
Well, there was 4 of us, and we were sitting in a row of 5 because it was packed. We were like, the 4 of us sat there, and then this one dude went to the movie marathon by himself and just sat right on the end of the 4-seater with us, with like 4 16-year-old boys.
Were you
whatever.
like, was he an adult?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, it would have been 30s. Hectic.
Do you reckon he pretended to go to work? He like,
He was dressed nicely. Well, nicely, as in like clearly his
as far
best.
as a Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, clearly his best.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just like,
Good for him.
first and last movie marathon. They're fucked. Do they still do them?
Nowadays?
Should we go to one? Live stream.
Okay, if you could go to
Are you
a
gonna finger me?
yeah, Steven
Yeah.
Seagal,
Oh,
Van Damme, or Kurt Russell triple threat, triple
Steven
feature.
Seagal.
Okay. All right, if you could go
couldn't we do one of each? Okay.
just the hits.
If we should put this out to the people as well. Remember this. I'm going to write it down. If you could go, like, if we did a movie marathon and one of each, Seagal,
Gotcha.
Van Damme,
And in what order? Kind of like a
and
mixed
Kurt
album.
Russell, what would you do?
And what would play first? What would be
Yeah.
second? What would you end it on?
Well, what would you do? I'd. Whoa, this is good.
I'd go Tango and Cash because
Oh,
you
with
get a
Stallone.
double hitter. You get Stallone and
That's good. So you would open with Tango and Cash?
yeah,
Okay.
lighthearted. Has Terry Hatcher in it.
Not
Has
bad.
Stallone's sister.
Oof.
And has Jack Palance.
Jack Palance.
Yep, from City Slickers.
City Slickers, yeah.
Ah,
He won an Oscar in the 50s.
he did. Didn't win one for Tango and Cash.
Robbed.
Fuck, big time, mate.
No, he won it for City Slickers.
Did he?
I think so.
There we go. Mate, then, okay. I love the absurdity of Street Fighter.
Damn it.
It is
That's what I was gonna
horrendously
fucking do.
bad because you go to like the movie Kickboxer. It has great little scenes of action, but there's no meat to it.
Yeah.
Great little. Oh man, look, he splits again in
Yeah.
the kitchen.
Yeah.
Right, and then look at this, and then where are you? Phenomenal, but just for pure horrendous.
Just everything about
Just
it
eat
is a shit
popcorn. And
show.
go, oh man,
This is
look at this.
So you would open with Tango and Cash
Yeah.
with Kurt Russell. The middle would be Street Fighter with
Yeah.
Jean-Claude Van Damme. What Seagal movie would round it out?
I think you then have to bring it back to just a balls to the wall, Under Siege.
Yes.
Like you can't go. We've got a little roller
You've
coaster
got
going
to end it with
with.
an actual banger.
Like pointing at
Yeah.
the screen.
Mine would be, I would start again with Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
So I would have Kurt, Jean-Claude.
JCVD.
Yep, and Stephen.
Steve.
Stephen. So yeah, I'd start with Kurt Russell and I'd start with Soldier. Oh, gotcha.
We're back on.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'd start
yeah.
with Soldier just because it's so many people wouldn't have seen it.
No.
I'm getting flashbacks since I brought it up a week or two ago that it is Bodge
Some people won't get it.
and it's Bodjo, but it's sick.
Yep.
I love the concept, and I just know though that if I rewatched it, I'd be like, "Fuck, this is real bad," but like so sick.
But in a good
so
way.
bad it's
Yeah,
sick.
yeah.
Then in the middle, I would go very much like Street Fighter, just one where you're like, fuck. It's Double Team with starring Dennis Rodman and Mickey Rourke,
Yep.
as well as JCVD.
Yep.
Just because, like, again, looking back on it, I get flashbacks, and I think I even might have watched the fucking trailer a few months ago.
Yep.
Horrific.
Yeah.
Absolutely horrific.
Yep.
So, like, Soldier, you'd be like, oh, I haven't seen this before.
I'm in.
Look, I get it.
Yep.
The middle one, you'd be like, fuck me dead, cunt. Wow.
Yep.
But the comedic value of, like, Jean-Claude mixing it with Dennis Rodman. Done.
Right.
And then Mickey Rourke's a bad guy. But then at the end, just for the montage alone, for Steven Seagal, it'd have to... Was that Hard Target? Yes. Hard... or hard to kill.
Hard
Sorry.
to kill. Hard to
to
kill. Hard target is JCVD.
Yeah.
John Woo.
Sorry. Yeah, hard to kill. Just because, like,
Just for the inspiration.
Those first two, you'd be like, oh, oof. But then that last one, where like he just gets blasted and he survives and comes out of a coma, it's got everything. It's got fucking sick action. It's got arm snaps. It's got fucking
Training montages. Muscle dystrophy, right?
Or gets out of a 7-year coma and is like,
And just good to go.
but it's like, it's brutal, but it's also funny.
Yeah.
It's just got everything.
There you go.
So
A couple of little move marathons going on.
Should we fucking have one up here? Can you imagine if we just like had screenings of this shit and everyone just rocked up, like
Just with beers,
gummy bears,
right? Oh,
Yeah. Oh, I mean,
beers and bears. With the boys.
beers and bears with the boys, watching bad films,
Watching bangers.
watching bangers with the boys.
With the beers and bears.
Sounds like it's just gonna get real gay.
Big time. Banging
don't mind
boys.
that.
With banging bears.
Banging bears,
Dripping
dude.
beers. Mate,
But yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
yeah.
What were we talking about?
We're talking about the Wallabies versus Argentina.
How we get on that?
Don't know. But, okay, the worst thing is that we're going to play an understrength Argentina team with this lineup, with your 4, 5, 6, right? With Tupou on the bench, and we'll win by 15 to 20. And it'll be like, wow, yeah.
But it won't
Job
be
done.
convincing.
No. But a win's a win. Am I wrong? Kind of thing from Rennie. Which is annoying. What do you reckon?
I'd love to see the Wallabies come out and fucking thrash them.
No, I would too.
And for some reason, I get the feeling they will.
So you reckon...
I get the feeling they will.
Is that because of the understrength Argentina? Or because
Yes, and...
these guys have been playing together for...
Yeah, combos.
It's going to all come together.
I think it's going to click.
Annoyingly.
It needs to click.
It does.
It needs, like, the Wallabies need a big win. It needs to click. The Argies, long tour, away from home, probably blew their load against the fucking Kiwis. This shit with Pablo
Captain's
Matera.
gone. Yep.
Like, everything is brewing for the Wallabies to finally really just go hammer and tong on.
So you're picking...
I'm picking that Hunter Paisami, Jordan Pataia will fucking have a whale of a game.
Beauty.
That 10, 12, 13, I just get a feeling that with James O'Connor back, and you've got, like, you started to see a couple of weeks ago, Hunter and Jordan were actually, like Hunter was putting the grubbers through, or they were doing some cool, like, granted there was a lot of inexperienced shit going on, but James O'Connor inside them is going to fucking really help shore that shit up.
So what do you reckon?
Yeah, I could fucking pick the Wallabies by 4 tries.
I reckon we're going to get a scrappy 15 to 20 point win.
Ooh.
I don't think it'll be a clinic. I think the Argies will still just bash us.
yeah.
So win, lose or draw.
I agree that they're going to beat the fucking piss out of us.
Win, lose or draw, we're getting bashed.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right. I'm excited for it, but it should be good.
Mate, big time.
Now it's bareback bill time.
After an illustrious rugby playing career that took him around the world, Dow decided that post-career he wanted to supply the great people of Australia with carefully preserved and cured meats. Bareback biltong is made from grass-fed, MSA-grade Aussie beef. The original and smoked chili flavours are sure to get your taste buds firing. Bareback biltong is delivered across Australia, and you can purchase yours at www.barebackbiltong.com.au.
You know what time it is, Das? It's time for Kangaroo Court. Kangaroo Court. Hop, skip, jump, binter.
Kangaroo Court.
Yes.
But apart from the two that I put in the Kangaroo Court, do you
We got nothing?
do you have anything on Insta? I've got all the facey ones, but
Nothing on Insta.
nothing.
It's been a long year.
Yeah, it has. Mate, I wrote, any homeowner that doesn't have a spork or a splade in their knife and fork drawer, grow up. Jay? Because when I was growing up, we used to call them sporks.
Yeah, where they're sort of a rounded fork.
Yes, with a bit of a edge onto it. So you can either scoop, you can stab.
It's
you
good
can
for
kind
eating
of,
things like pastas, like lasagna.
Oh, yeah.
Slice through the lasagna,
Yep.
scoop
Or
it up
curries.
with the fork.
And you just go like this, or sausages, you can still snap them off and.
Yeah. It's good for camping, one-handed shit.
Okay.
Like a
No.
little plate on you.
It's good for everything, mate. Do you have a spork at your house?
I don't.
Oh,
I know, mate.
Grow up.
And I just spent fucking $600.
600. Oi,
$600
that's
yesterday
how it'll
at
cost you,
Kmart and
right?
didn't buy a fucking spork. Might have to dump the old ball and chain. She let that one go through to the keeper.
That'll dump the sex though. The 600.
But I'll have a spork.
That's true. Oh,
The microphone's going fucking haywire, mate.
It is.
Maybe we invest in ones that don't cost $38.
Mate,
Nah.
what are we going to do here?
About the microphone or the spork?
Sporks.
I'll go buy one.
I think the people don't know. Maybe Mr. Spork.
Is a spork the same as a splade?
Yes.
Okay.
Technically, I think
You were just covering both bases.
Technically, I think they are.
It's like how Victorians call them palmers, and everybody else calls them palmies.
Yeah.
It's
Or
you were
a
just saying,
Guernsey and a Jersey and yeah.
yeah.
Um,
It's like two derivations of the same word. You're just making sure that some of our Victorian listeners who
Yeah.
might call it a splade.
Yeah. And I was then say grow up. But maybe people don't know how good they are. We need to get them in people's hands.
Do we make commemorative pillar to post sporks?
I think so.
Thought so.
And then we'll let the court decide.
I'm gonna let me make note. I'm gonna make a note of this. P2P sporks. Mate,
Oi,
I'll put
I'll look into it.
I'll put the Pig Athletic Club sourcing manager to good use and swing him an email.
See what
See
we
what he
can
can do.
See what we can figure out.
Well, Johnny Brown just hit him up and said, "Can you make 500 commemorative 500 mil steins?" I'm like, "Fuck, Johnny.
Guess.
What's happening?"
Yes, I could. You got to pay for them up front. Oh
Yeah.
no, I've got heaps of people that are keen.
Yeah.
Like that's not. It doesn't work that way anymore.
Yeah, no, we're thinking about doing it for every player at the Pac-10s. We're
Ooh.
looking into it, but we want to do something a little special for everyone. So.
Oh, good one.
Oh, mate, it's got to be fucked.
I got to sneak away
Big
for
time.
that weekend, mate. Somebody, wink, also wrote, okay, bars for not having on their little,
Check-in thing.
No, the soda
Yeah.
thing, whatever you call that, for not having.
Oh, wait, so what do we do about people with sporks? Do we
we're gonna
red card them?
we're gonna
the
get 'em to
punishment
people?
is we just...
we're gonna get them to people, let them decide, and then the court will
Okay.
figure it out.
Okay, so go back to the thing with the bars.
Bars for not having Coke Zero on speed dial when I order a rum and coke, a rumbo.
Ooh.
Like you're loading me up with rum and the caffeine and the sugar,
Ooh.
right? How dare you? I just need. Can't they slip in some Coke Zero for me?
I wonder...
Can you?
I don't know.
Wait. Actually,
How many things can you hook up to that
They
thing?
have like 6 or 7 of them.
Yeah.
I've never actually asked, technically. So maybe is that on me?
Yeah?
I need to have a check. A head check.
Have you asked for a rum and diet soda or whatever it is? Fucking
Rum and Coke, no sugar?
A sugar-free fizzy drink?
No. And you know
So
what?
maybe-
And you know what? I wouldn't feel right asking either. Wait, scrap that one. Wait, red card for me. I'm banned from entering a kangaroo court thing for a
So
while.
that's all kangaroo court for this week?
That's it.
Okay, so I want to bring before the court
Oh.
you.
Oh, no, hold on.
Because that was fucking abysmal.
What do you mean? Wait. Are you talking to all the listeners?
Yeah.
Yeah. And me, specifically?
Yeah. Every single fucking person. All you fucking piece of shit listeners out there.
Yeah.
Go full
Grow
Pablo
up.
Matera.
Grow up.
Go back to your own. No.
That's a shame.
Red card to everybody.
Yeah.
Are we going to have to do a kangaroo court next week, considering this was abysmal.
Maybe people know to start. This is what happens if you don't put anything in.
Yeah.
I just write stuff.
And it's terrible.
And I go, that's a classic. And then I read it out loud. I'm like,
I hate myself.
it's not quite, well, yeah. It's not quite as good as I remember.
All right, well, that rounds out Kangaroo Court. Kangaroo Court. Let's all kill ourselves because that was a terrible
Spork.
Kangaroo Court.
Oh.
Kangaroo Spork.
Yeah.
Let's call them the Kangaroo Sporks.
Oh, God.
Commemorative Kangaroo Sporks. So it's a spork with a little kangaroo at the end. Sterling silver. And we'll sell them like they do the memorabilia during test matches. We'll get Bill Laurie to do an ad for it where he's like, get your commemorative fucking kangaroo spork.
Commemorative kangaroo knives and forks. So KKK forks. Commemorative with a K.
Kangaroo clan.
Way! I thought we'll pass this.
Hop, skip, jump out of that shit. Now it's time for Darcy's mailbag. He's got a bag attached to his skin. And he's a male, so his mailbag, that skin is his foreskin.
Wait. It seems as though everyone's already wrapping up our season.
Right.
We've had
Have we got anything on there?
No, we do. No, we do. But like, mate, John Walshy,
Yep.
Walsh Brothers Art,
Mm-hmm.
Nick Kyrgios painting. Which have you still given?
I've got to drop it off to Simon Marley.
Gotcha. Actually ran into him at Woolworths at Jindalee a couple of days ago. So I shop with Sass, my wife.
Sure, she would have loved that fucking
We were-
sports banter
she
for
was real
10,
hungry.
15
And he
minutes.
goes, oh, we're talking about the Wallabies and what's going on with... I'm like, mate, I really want to chat to you, but
The old,
she
the
doesn't.
missus is not having a good time.
It's like, oh, mate, how'd the lunch go? I'm like, oh, God. And, nah, mate, Walshy, mate, he just loves...
Just real quick, do you have a hammer in your car I might be able to borrow?
So you can kill yourself? What for?
I'm going to build a little shelving unit for home.
No.
Got anything I might be able to use?
In my car?
Yeah.
No. All my tools are on site.
Ah, true.
Go
on, so Walshy.
And, no, mate, he's just real fired up. He's just fucking, just loving club footy.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Loving the Wallabies. And, mate, he's wrapped up our season. He goes, thanks to you lads for a great podcast all year. Great way to keep in touch with club rugby and the battlers and have a good laugh. Keep up the good work. Bigger and better to come in 2021. Merry Festivus to all. So he's just wrapping up our season.
Was that on the Darcy's mailbag post, or did he just send you that message?
No, it was Darcy's mailbag. He wrote that 47 minutes
Oh.
ago. So he wrapped us up. Why are we even here?
Yeah.
And Rory
Thanks,
Anthony.
Walshy.
Nothing from me, but it's good to be. Thanks for the memes, lads. Hashtag would power bottom again. And then he he sent a screenshot of his top podcast this year was Pillar to Post podcast. He listened to 21 episodes for a total of 2,148 minutes. Small talk doesn't stand a chance.
Holy fuck.
That's a lot of
That is...
that's a lot of content.
Does that mean we've spoken together that long this year? That means that's what we've done. Fuck. I think
Oof.
this is our 40th episode this year. And we've... How many... And it's been 47 weeks. 48 weeks or so.
Oh, I need a vacation. Right? Mate, okay, here's an actual thing. It's from Shay. You have to do a quick fire, 3 names. I need 3 names, quick fire. Who are the best looking blokes in Queensland rugby? Wrong answers only.
Fuck.
Wait, wrong answers only? Like,
Oh, mate, this is setting us up to get stitched up.
wait, wrong answers only? Hold on, no. Let's go with correct answers, okay?
Correct answers?
Yeah, correct answers.
Well, this is something we wanted to do.
Yeah.
The
The-
QPR cutie patooties. We should definitely do it. Let's do it over the off season. I'm going to put it in my notes.
Let's just start a rolling list, though.
Oh,
What
fuck
about...
it.
Well, hold on. Like, I'm a personality guy as well, right?
Yep.
So...
So no one from UQ?
Oh, good one. Oh, what about... Actually, I wrote that down. So, we'll get back to the cuties, but... God. Mate, those UQ blokes... Blokes, do we call them, or... They really get their panties in a bunch, don't they?
Who are you talking about in particular?
There's a couple of blokes.
Drew Mitchell.
Drew Mitchell.
Heath
Heath
Tessman.
Tessman.
Really got under the skin, didn't I?
It did.
I had a few people message me saying they were fucking loving it. They obviously didn't go to UQ.
No, obviously not. They were smart. They weren't gimps.
They actually went to UQ to study.
They went to
not play
UQ
rugby.
and I'm not playing at UQ.
This is where I study. I hate this shit.
Heavens to Betsy, no.
Heavens to
I'm
Betsy.
smart.
But Drew Mitchell's like the perfect example. He went from Pine Rivers and St. Pat's straight to UQ.
I used to play. So when he used to play for Pine Rivers, I used to have to play against him. Fuck me.
Pretty
He used
good.
to in his team. So he was a winger back then, and they used to have this guy at number 8. He's called Alex the Kid, right? Number 8. We were 12, 13. Pine Rivers versus Kemmel West Bears, and we this bloke used to shave his head, and he's used to have a beard. He was in grade 8. I was like,
What was
"Fuck."
his name?
We called Alex something. Alex the Kid, we used to call him. They put him at number 8, or they put him at number 12. And then I'd have to play 12 against him. I'm like, fuck me. And he used to just be a little bloke out in the wing with his mum going, "Go, Drew!" Like, real vocal. And then in under 16s is when he made Queensland 2 and just went rocket.
Yeah.
Then he was at St. Pat's Shorncliffe and
I think he played Aussie Schools from
Aussie
there.
Schools, yeah.
Yeah.
Then he went to uni, became a gimp. And no.
No. He was a gimp before that.
No. But no,
It
yeah.
was good, but it got under the skin.
It did.
of
No, I think this will too.
all the
But
heavies. Pine Rivers Junior Red Heavies has a nice ring to it, as I said.
because okay, their feeder junior clubs is what Taylor Bridge, and is it also the Kenmore Bears now? Because I know
I think so.
Kenmore Soccer Club are now the Kenmore UQ. So
Maybe.
I used to play soccer down at the Kenmore Rangers Soccer Club.
Oh, good.
Like that, make corner kicks, fucking hook it around. But now I think
That mic's fucked.
they have like a junior club down there. So I don't know if they're trying to sidle near your left foot. Yeah, just down there. No, don't. Oh god. Just trying to buy some culture, aren't they?
That's it. Can't buy culture, mate.
Correct.
I was actually thinking.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So I'll add this to the list as well.
Oh god, this is a list.
Should we try to get a charity match going between the original East Coast Aces versus the Ballymore Tornadoes and raise money for charity?
That'd be pretty funny.
Let's ask the question.
Should we?
If we did that, would people come? Obviously, with all of these things, like piss is very much included.
Oh, encourage.
Because we know for a fact people wouldn't come otherwise.
Yep.
So if we do any of these things, drink specials and stuff.
Yep.
So yeah, people will come, I guess. Let's see if we can tee it up.
That would be what a blast.
It'll be fucking awesome.
What's Clinton Schafosky up to?
Yeah. See if Will Genya's keen to have a trundle.
Yeah, mate. He'd
It's
love
for
it.
charity.
It's for the kids.
Yeah. See what Brett Gillespie's up to.
Dizzy. What are we doing?
I don't know. This.
Oh yeah.
Oh. So the cuties.
Wait,
Well, look, this is so fraught. Look, I can talk about the cuties. I don't necessarily want to talk about wrong answers only when it comes to cuties because that means I'm just going to be ragging out minging cunts. Right?
yes.
So it's a bit... Oof. I've got a few names in mind, but I won't say them.
Unless you do. Okay. Yeah.
But but genuine cutie patooties.
Yeah, yeah.
Narbo's a cutie. And
Oh,
he's tan too.
Shay will love that.
Shay'll hate that.
Wait, Eli Pills, he's a little cutie patootie,
He is,
right?
and he's got that little surfer vibe going.
Yeah.
That little ponytail.
Right?
So yeah, Pillsy. We got to work out who the cutie patootie from each club is. So maybe we do a poll for each club. Nominate who your cutie patootie is. We put it into a pool, and then we have them go against each other.
To
Liam Dillon down at Bond, 100%. Oh no,
Hundo.
Mitch third. He's 20-something thousand followers on Instagram. His
Gotcha.
missus has 500,000. But that might not be your vibe. Your vibe
Correct.
might be LD, the cute, quiet
what are you
little
after?
boy.
Are you after big boy, right?
Yeah, might be. You might like Dylan Rowe, who's got long hair and bushy hair. He's a bit frazzled.
Oh, gotcha.
You're like, oh, he looks like an animal,
Right?
right? Who's the bear?
Who's the bear?
But that's the thing. Everybody's preferences change, right? You might like some thick mamas.
Yeah. Some thick, juicy boy. Maybe. I don't know.
You might do. You might do.
We're going to have to sit down and spitball it.
Mm.
We're going to have to continually rate who's the cutest at each club in Prems and just see if the guys start changing their hairs or their hair or like
Their hairs.
hairs. Or maybe try and spice it up, grow a mo. I don't know.
Wouldn't mind it.
Well, we'll see.
Hey, look.
And also, if they give it more like razzle dazzle, a bit more character out in the field, and a lot of shirts off, right?
Dicks out.
I don't know. I don't even know. Right? Try something. And
Just-
also, I think, what do you reckon? Because it's going to be on TV this year. Do you reckon guys are going to start
Sick fade hard.
Imagine the
Like Gavin Henson, where you'd catch him on the screen, look at himself on the screen doing his hair.
Right? How's that going to change? And then after games, guys are going, oh, yeah, you can interview me. Like, because before it's like, yeah, it's being live streamed and there's a bit of this, but it's nothing. If you got a proper camera crew.
Oh, yeah. You've got a camera that can pick up fucking a hummingbird's dick from 1,000
Yeah,
yards.
guys be wearing cologne. It's like, what are you doing? What are you
Yeah.
wearing cologne, mate? It stings
Yeah.
my eyes. So, it'd be interesting to see all the effort guys go to now.
Oh, yeah, it's very interesting.
Put it on the list. Put it on your list.
It is on the list.
So I think we're going to have to think about it for next year.
Yes.
Don't rush us, Shay.
Don't rush us, Shay.
How dare you?
How dare you?
Yeah.
How fucking dare you rush us when it comes to something as important as the cutest boys?
Oh, you know what?
QPR.
Wrong answers only. Shay, you're on the fucking list.
Yeah.
That was an ugly move,
Straight-
bro.
Yeah. You're ugly inside.
That wasn't good looking to me.
Yeah.
That's not a good look.
All right, here's some. I think these are actual questions on Instagram, which is good.
The notorious IG. Do you know who that is?
Nah, I think he's mentioned something before.
Gotcha. Under what circumstances would you eat a Bounty chocolate? They suck pretty hard.
That's the nougat chocolate coconut on the outside. It is.
I am 100% with the notorious IG.
Do you hate Bounties?
Bounty fucking suck, bro.
I don't mind
You're
the
into
Bounty.
it?
I like
Oi.
coconut.
Makes sense. Yeah, but it's just like, okay. What would you... Okay, here we go. Let's see how weird you are. Oh, I'm still holding this. What would you choose a Bounty over, Choggy bar-wise?
Certainly not a Whittaker's fucking peanut slab.
Of course. You know, like
none of the Whittakers, obviously. What do you like? Throw some out at me.
a Kit Kat. Oh, Kit Kat Chunky.
Or I'd go the Kit Kat Chunky.
Yeah. What about a picnic?
I'd go the picnic all day.
Snickers.
Just keep staying stuff until I find one.
Uh,
Morrow. I'd pick a Bounty over a Morrow.
That's not... You can't even... Can you even buy a full-size Morrow? You can't.
Yeah, isn't it a sleeve of Morrows? Was Morrow the ad they did with the elephant that he'd go to offer the elephant?
Or was that Rolo?
Oh, Rolo.
Wait, how the fuck?
Both shit.
Boy, would you be... what about a chomp?
Oh,
'Cause chomps are nothing, right?
yeah, they're so light.
You're like, what did I do? Why did
Yeah.
I spend the time unwrapping it? Imagine a chomp, but a thick chomp.
Might pick a Bounty over a chomp.
Okay. What about... Have you ever had a Chiquito?
Yeah,
Oh,
I ate one out of fucking Ernie Skelton's fucking underwear.
And remember when you did that
I
for Friday
choose the
nights as well?
Chiquito.
Yeah. Hey, even more so now. I've still got it. Yeah, right. So all you're saying is you would eat one.
I would eat one. I wouldn't actively go out of my way.
It sounds like it's not in your top 8 or top 10.
nowhere near.
No, wait. What a boost.
That's not a lot. 10. There's so many chocolate bars out there.
Yeah, but it's low on the list. But it's not off the list.
It's not in the top 100.
What about those
Boost is overrated.
those summer roll things?
I was just about to say that's the other one of
That's
the
the other-
bounty. There's bounty, and then it's like a summer roll.
So if I'm an apprentice that just started going, just go to the vending machine, and you think he's going to have a pack of burger rings and a pasito, but he comes back with a summer roll and a bounty bar, you'd be like, what the fuck?
You're fired,
If I was paying you, I'd fire you.
and I'd let you fucking sue me to get your job back all
Yeah.
the way to the Supreme Court.
Just
And
so I
you'd
can
probably
go,
get laughed out of the Supreme
just
Court.
so I can go, yeah, he bought a bounty at the, throw him out.
Like, kill him.
Kill him. Okay, so I'm heavily
I'm-
against the bounty.
You wouldn't even eat one.
I would. Let's be honest. I'll eat a lot of things. It would be the last
Yeah.
2 or 3 things
Yeah.
left in the house.
Yeah.
That tastes good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's a fridge full of fruit.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's the last. There's nothing that was the last thing to eat. It's like, what about that? That's a real thing.
Did you see my mate comment on the meat spin video? I think it was
Yes.
saying like, "Is it just me, or did anybody else watch several episodes of this podcast before realizing that's not Chip's Pledge sitting opposite Jay Ball?
What?
He's one of mine and Chip's best mates from school. He's known us for fucking 20+ years.
Is he like?
And he fucking didn't realize you weren't Chips."
What do you mean? Fuck you.
It was just like, oh, fuck, that's not Chips. And he said he's watched several episodes. I
What's he doing? Fucking hell. Is he a bit like that though? Is he a bit spacey? Or was just like, what?
Oh, he has his moments.
There you go.
Everybody has their moments.
Everyone
Kind
has.
of like a bounty bar.
Giffy Akamboa.
Oh, yeah.
If your missus
Pack Supreme Leader.
If your missus turned into your mum and your mum turned into your missus, which one would you fuck to change them back?
Oof. This is the type of content we're after.
As in, turned into, as in, her brain is
It's
still...
like Freaky Friday.
So the brain is still the original, but their voice sounds like...
No. So, like,
Yeah.
I go into you.
Yeah.
So my brain goes into your body, your brain goes into my body. So my personality and everything is just in you and vice versa.
Yes.
So it's Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
So if my mum or my missus Freaky Friday'd, who would I fuck to change them back? I would have to say I would fuck my missus with my mum inside her because
Hold on, wait.
my...
So it looks like...
So it looks like my missus, but my mum's inside her because my mum's already disappointed in me. What's another thing just going to disappoint her? And at the same time, I'd rather see my missus naked than my mum. And my mum already doesn't like me anyway,
Hold on. When does she change?
What? Straight afterwards.
Straight
So
afterwards?
it's only like 15, 20 seconds as well, so that's not bad.
No. Straight after or
During?
during?
No, you'd have to finish, wouldn't
You're gross. Wait, she would or you would?
If it's her, it's going to take a while. And I don't have it in me. If it's me finishing...
she does.
If it's me finishing, I'd do it because 7 to 12 seconds later,
Boom, it's
all
done.
that's behind us.
Done. Blink of an eye.
If that.
I think you're gross.
Blink of a jap eye.
You're gross for even answering this question.
Off. You go.
Huh?
Do you just choose not to answer the question? You fucking.
No.
pussy.
Hold on. Yeah, I'll probably bang your mum. I want to bang your missus.
You'd bang your missus
Hold on.
with your mum and
Oh no, I thought
personality.
it was just asking about yours. Right? That's how I'm reading it. If you're.
You're like, ¿Por qué no los dos?
Wait. Or would you just move?
True. Look, it's a bit swell,
It's been swole.
but
Gotta go.
what? Wait, no. Why do you have to change them back? Suppose my missus going into the body of a older woman probably wouldn't be too chaff.
Would they want to be changed back?
My missus loves old people.
Oh.
Not in that respect. She loves kids, dogs, and old people. Gets along with them really fucking well. Which is good for me at family stuff because I do not.
You do not?
I get along well with puppies. Fuck around with kids a bit, but not in that respect. But I'm lazy, so
Mate, that's
a doozy.
it's a doozy that you mixed up in there, mate.
I am.
Yeah. I wouldn't answer it.
You fucking pussy.
Hey, big time.
All right. Well, that's everything for
Yep.
Darcy's mailbag. Big bag attached to a man. There's someone in the room next to us. Darcy's got a big sack of cum. Keys HR, ladies and gentlemen. Keys Human Resources. Go to keyslaborhire.com if you need some silica fit testing, is it? Respirator fit testing or some silica stuff, or just need some labour hire and stuff like that. Keys HR is the place to go. Looking for a bit of work, go to Keys HR. They'll find you work. I know for a fact they've got a bit of work coming up. They've got a lot of work.
A lot of work.
Very busy. They'll pay you money
Oh.
for services rendered.
Gotcha.
Capitalism.
Mate, at its finest.
At its most magnifique.
God.
God.
Mate, also at Woolies, I ran into Phil Mooney after I ran into Walshy. And so Sass double, oh, come on, mate. Stop talking. And he's like, oh, yeah, no, you guys have had a pillar to post. Loved hearing this and that. And he goes, you know what? It actually wants me to play a bit of footy again. I'll play 6th grade.
Black Dogs.
And I'm going to have a bit of a Toblerone. I'm like, he wants it like a Chiquito. Just heard a little rumour that he's keen.
That Phil Mooney will lace up the boots.
That he wants to. Whether he will or not, I don't know. We'll work on him.
He'll just come down to watch the footy and eat a Toblerone from the sounds of it.
Well, when he toss it up to the crowd,
Yeah.
and it'll flop in the wrapper. Wait, are they in a cardboard triangle? Or
They can be, but you can get the minis from a favourites.
so it's only in the mini that they
Come in plastic, yeah.
Gotcha. Otherwise, it's the cardboard triangle. That wouldn't work. Or it could. Imagine just going like this, and it's just flopping like a melted, like a non-frozen Super Duper. And you get like a Go-Gurt. Were you ever a Go-Gurt guy?
Go-Gurt. Yeah, I remember them.
That was
where you used to just tear the edge a little bit then.
That was before my time, I think.
Go-Gurt.
No, but we were Yogo.
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 The one where you used to tip the corner over.
Oh, with the little rice
snacky
bubbly things?
Yeah, whatever.
Oh yeah,
There's a variety of them.
Remember Sunny Boys?
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah, I do.
But they used to go too icy.
So you had to pull it out, turn it, and then put it in the other way.
'Cause you go-
the bottom wouldn't be frozen.
Oh, and also
the bottom wouldn't be as frozen as the top.
You sucked all the flavour out of the
So,
top.
yeah, as soon as you get it, you fucking pull it out, jam it back in the other way.
Gotcha.
Remember Dunkaroos?
Yes.
What other old shit do a lot of people not remember that we do?
Okay. Just a stock standard thing. Getting poppers, chucking them in the freezer,
And then eating it with a spoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scrape.
I used to do that too. I turn it the other way around and eat from the bottom. 'Cause
Gotcha.
It's more crispy. It's more like flaky.
But also, you got to. I think doing that teaches you structural engineering, because you can't just go all the good stuff from the. You got to do it evenly, otherwise it caves
I
in.
used to go straight through the middle, like boring a hole like that.
Boring
guy.
a hole,
like
right?
that guy,
Like Keys HR.
like Keys HR,
Yep.
KeysLabourHigh.com.
Yeah, that's
or
right.
something like that. It
Yeah,
all
yeah.
comes full circle.
Big
We know
time.
what we're doing here.
Yeah.
All right, so it's already been an hour 20,
Okay.
and looks like it's going to be another 2.5 hour episode because now it's time for our last. I guess I don't know. We're going to do one next week. No.
We don't know.
Our last P2P Tour XV. So we got a lot of
This is part
comments.
2.
Yeah, we got a lot of comments last week because
People blowing up. Where's Thingo?
Darcy was the selector. I was the coach.
I picked the squad.
He picked the squad. I selected the sides. So we're doing a possibles versus probables. Last week we saw the possibles. We saw a few old heads in there. We saw some of the youngsters coming through. A few little combos. We saw some guys we wanted to like see on their own because they might have been in a partnership. But now this week it's time for the P2P Wrestling Tour XV, and this is the probable side. So there are some fucking bangers in this side, starting with the fucking Big Show.
How good when someone would be laying a challenge in the middle of the ring, and he's like, and very confidently going, "Oh yeah," and then all of a sudden, it's the Big Show, the big show, and you're like, and they're like, what? And was it who's the JR or who's
JR, the commentator,
and who was the other guy that had the higher and the
I don't
king?
know. Yes.
JR, you go, what's going on? And like you're like, and he just comes,
Oh my God, it's a Big Show.
yeah, and he just comes clobbering down. Mate, the issue is these guys that are the more burly kind of guys, they're like 7 foot,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
Imagine them trying to have to crouch down for
Yeah.
a big old scrub.
Well, we saw last week we had Rikishi and Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
So you had Rikishi, sort of the bigger guy, probably not as big a motor. Andre the Giant, the guy who's been there, and he'd be going toe-to-toe with the Big Show. So you can't help but think that Andre the Giant, the Big Show, sort of have their own ongoing rivalry and stuff like that. So 1 versus 3 as well, they pack down against each other.
Mate.
I like to think that the Big Show and Andre the Giant are actually teammates. He's the loose head, Andre's the tight head. That's why I selected them in different sides. Look at this, we're building backstories.
Oh, also, he's 7 foot, 215 kilos.
Yes.
Imagine him lifting anyone. Him standing up and catching the ball.
He picks them up by their throat.
Right? They catch it, and then he fucking slams them down. And
on
it's
their
like,
back.
Big Show, no. Mate, he, oh, okay.
Because he used to just be the Giant.
Correct. Originally. Didn't know that.
And that's how... And then he went to another team and called himself the Big Show because the Giant and Andre the Giant had a falling out.
Mate.
That's why I've pitted them against each other.
How good's the old backstories? He went through a stage where he would like pay out kind of other wrestlers, and so when he was up against Rikishi, he'd call himself, "I'm Shokishi."
Oh God!
And and there was a bloke named the Berserker.
I remember the Berserker.
And he called himself Shonan the Barbarian. Against Val Venus, he called himself the Big Shobowski. He defeated Kurt Angle at Backlash dressed as Hulk Hogan as the Showster. Mate.
So he's a massive shit stirrer too.
Oh, big time.
The type of prop you want on tour who's like,
Hey,
he's a fucking weird cunt who just loves chirping and doing fucking
bit of a
dumb
Joe
shit.
Marler kind of thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Mate, that's a big start for the Big Show.
So that's the Big Show. Now at hooker, who did we see last week? I got it here. So last week we saw Kurt Angle, all-American prospect.
Yeah.
This fucking guy, had this history of like coming through and all this sort of stuff, and he's going toe-to-toe with the guy. This guy's like a natural talent, just a fucking tough cunt, and everyone loves him because he chops piss. Stone Cold Steve
Give
Austin.
me a hell yeah.
Yeah.
Mate.
He's the dude in the side where everyone's just like, fuck, he is such a sick cunt.
For somebody to be able to be more loved than The Rock at his peak,
Yeah.
right?
That was that for mine was one of the peak times of wrestling when it was Stone Cold and The
99,
Rock.
2000.
Yeah.
That for me, and like him with his knee brace and like walking around, come here, motherfucker. Like,
Yeah, he's like, and he'd flip people off and
yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah.
Slam beers
The
together.
rattlesnake,
Yeah.
316.
Yes.
Just Stone Cold Steve Austin, the rattlesnake.
He's that hooker in the
Give me a
side
beer.
where
And then-
he's just a fucking legend.
And he'd open his beer, crush it, give me, and
but he'd slam them together.
slam it, and he'd like, just throw him out, and he goes, give me another beer. And like, just,
But he'd be like, yeah, yeah, and they'd throw it to him.
I'm just a redneck son of a bitch. Like, just his,
Everything about him.
everything about him. Remember he went through a stage where he'd go, this is when he started losing it. So he had, give me a hell yeah. He just end with, give me a hell yeah. It doesn't matter what he's saying. And everyone go, hell yeah. But then he started going, what? What? And it's like, and everyone else would say, what? And you're like,
Yeah. And they do that a lot now. Like,
oh, John Cena brought it in again.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Was it Kurt Angle where like his music would play and everyone would go, "You suck, you suck," because it's like da
Because
da
it's like a triumphant
da
yeah.
da, and they go, "You suck."
Mate.
So that's the difference. You got Kurt Angle who thinks he's the fucking man. That's how it is. Kurt Angle thinks he's the man. Stone Cold is the man.
Is the man.
Is the
Read
man.
it, 316.
And this is the dude who, like, Kurt Angle was the high school, like, the All-American wrestler and all this sort of stuff.
Like
This
comes
dude's
in,
just
swing-
naturally
swilling
fucking
beer,
awesome.
right?
Yeah, chops piss and he's still
I've been
just ripped
training
like
for,
Rambo.
yeah.
Kurt Angle's like, oh, yeah, baby. And he's just like, shut up, nerd.
Like, yeah, but I was all conference wrestling thing. What? Perfect. Mate, that's a good
Perfect.
showdown. Hooker v Hooker.
Yeah, mate.
Big time.
And then at Tight Head Prop, I love this
Mate.
one. It's Big Papa Pump.
Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner.
Look at him. Look
The
at
chain,
him.
mate. Okay, he's got. Okay, let's
Break it down for us, stars.
break it up, mate. You got Big Papa Pump with his how many inches? 27-inch biceps. He's got his chainmail head drape.
Head dressing, yeah.
'Kay.
Like what a knight would wear, but it comes down like it's got a fringe
The
too.
fringe was the most off-putting bit. Why wasn't it just like kind of like in the Last Crusade?
Yeah.
He was chosen poorly. And he's got his black wraparound fucking
Speed
speedies.
dealers.
Then he's got the bleach blonde. So he's got an overall goatee. However, he's got the Hulk Hogan bleach blonde handlebars.
It's bleach blonde all bar the strip.
all bar the
down the
soul
middle.
soul patch to the strip to the chin cover has been dyed because this guy has actually got grey hair. And he's just
He is just roided up.
he's to the gills, right?
Right? We were saying last week when we were like talking about how some like wrestlers in the late 80s and 90s were fucking juiced as.
Yeah.
And he
He was still clinging onto it. Yeah, yeah.
Like, he was like, yeah, one of the old guard where it was just like, you know, like an Ultimate Warrior or Lex Luger or Big Papa Pump where it was just bullshit.
Mate,
Bullshit. Look at him. Look at him,
to
man.
the gills. Mate, he
Because he was a brother, right? Like there was him and Mark.
mate, have you seen his brother or Albert? Looks like an accountant now. I think he's been off the gear for a while, and he's just gone back to a normal
Slipping
human.
a bit.
Big Papa Pump is still clinging to it.
Still holding on.
He created the Steiner screwdriver, which is a vertical suplex transitioned into a reversed pile driver. Is that where you go back over your head? No.
So up, suplex,
Strength.
and then turn, and then bring
Strength.
him down.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
what? Read it out again.
Okay. Called the Steiner screwdriver. A vertical suplex transitioned into a reverse pile driver. All I remember is he used to wear, like, from the top up with his chainmail. That's all he used to wear. But then a lot of the time he used to wear like black tracky dacks, right?
Yeah.
What's he? Hey, his legs probably.
Bit sus.
Yeah, a bit sus. But mate, prop. Just one of those whole Patricio Noriega.
Yes.
Just
old but
just
fucked.
not moving.
Yeah.
Right. Mate, he's just he'll square up that scrub.
Yeah.
Just with his shoulders.
And he'd be a fucking weirdo too.
Oh, big time. Bro, what's with your chainmail?
Look at him. That's the sort of... He'd be the dude on tour that every pub you go to, club or whatever it is, he would just fucking crack on to every fucking chick. And he'd be like, fucking hell, cunt. And he would be like real fucking sex pesty.
Oh, big time. Yes. Big time.
But he'd be a fucking big mouthing cunt too. Like, yeah, now I can get some pingers for the boy. Oh, man, it fell through. Oh, man, that chick was fucking all over me. Oh, she was fucking lesbian, but...
Is that the one that called the cops? Yeah, classic.
Yeah, fucking slut. You're like, oh, you're fucked, cunt. I hate you. All right, in the second row, The Undertaker.
The Taker.
He's the Bucky's boy type. No, he's the Victor Matfield.
Yes.
Sorry, he's been around forever. He's timeless. He's ageless.
Yeah.
He's just as good now as he was when he fucking
yeah.
debuted 20 fucking years ago. He
only
doesn't even look like he'd retired.
He only just retired.
But
like
I mean,
a week
like,
ago.
never looked like he'd fucking
No.
gonna do it. You know, like he is just evergreen.
He's just when everything would go dark and the death tolls, the bells would ring, and then the lightning, and then and he'd come, and then he'd be standing there with his head with the tendrils through, and then he'd flick his head back, and his eyes would roll back.
Raise his head and his eyes.
His eyes would roll back. It's like, oh my god, he's the walking. Ah.
But he's your Victor Matfield, as I said.
Yeah, he's got that.
He's almost
sweaty
just first one selected because you know he's going to get the
he's
job
going to do the job.
and do it well.
He's going to raise hell.
But it's his longevity that is just so
Big time.
amazing.
He's still got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And partnering him in the second row, if he's the Victor Matfield, this guy is the Bucky's boytar. It's Kane.
Which is meant to be
The psycho.
his half brother,
Yeah.
right? Do you know? He is actually in real life. He's a mayor of
like down in South...
Knox County, Tennessee.
Yeah. Is he the mayor? I thought he was like in Congress or some shit.
Oh, he may be a senator now.
Yeah.
'Cause, mayor. So
America.
Him with his mask and his red and black vinyl, always in the mask and the hair coming out and like sweaty. And then all of a sudden, he shaved his head and the mask came off.
And he had a fucked up eye and shit.
And you're like, oh.
Put the mask back on.
Put it back on. And it was like, ah.
But he's just the brute.
Correct.
The fucking psycho.
Yep. He's the Rob Simmons of our pack.
Yeah. And that's why I put him with The Undertaker, because like you had China and Hulk Hogan in the other one. Whereas these two together, I'm like, look.
Together.
We know what they can do, Kane and The Undertaker.
Yeah.
They're probably going to be our fucking starting second rowers.
Big time.
We're just placating Hulk Hogan and China, to be honest.
Yeah.
They're playing together to be able to find out who goes on the bench behind Kane and The Undertaker, because they're the first, in any side, Kane and The Undertaker are the two first selected.
How good would the joke be, and also how much would he love it every time he did it, is when you're walking past The Undertaker and he's like, got his eyes looking up in the back of his head, and you go, what are you looking at, mate? What's up there? He'd love that every time. That's what Hunter does to Louis Torkington. Sometimes he goes, ooh, like, and he's really looking at it. He'd crack it, but he'd be able to run away from it. He'd be trying to fucking smash her. I'd go, Kane, get him. Anyway. Don't worry about that.
All right.
Who got a 6, mate?
Man, this back row. Speaking of like peak wrestling, man, 80s and 90s, these three back rowers are fucking
yeah.
peak.
Yeah.
And I love this number 6 is probably top 3 all time for me. It's Bret the Hitman Hart.
The Heartbreak Kid.
That's it. Look at him. Look at him. Look at those shades.
The shades. Okay, the hair.
Yep.
The shades.
He's just a cool motherfucker.
The stringlet.
Oh, yeah.
With bright pink on it as
Yep.
well. And then the leather jacket
Oh,
with some
sex.
tassel shoulder pad thingies.
Sex. This dude is pure sex.
He... Okay. Who we got on Bret? Here we go.
He's just cool personified.
Mate, just a cool guy, right? Keeps his cool. Bret the Hitman. His middle name. So he was always going to be the guy because his middle name is Sergeant.
Bret Sergeant Hart.
Yeah. Yeah, he's moved the screwdriver. Was that like
He'd get him in
an
a leg
ankle lock kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they'd be like tapping down.
Yeah.
Imagine him, guys on the ball, and he'll just kind of instead of turtling it, he's doing
But
a
I
leg
reckon,
lock.
and he's that number 6 who is just fucking cool as shit and goes out of the town. And, Scott, Big Papa Pump, is always like, oh, yeah, Hitman, let's go do this. Oh, yeah, that's my mate, the Hitman. And he's actually out there just fucking...
Sorry, he's not the Heartbreak Kid.
He is.
Isn't Shawn Michaels?
Oh, he is, actually.
Yeah. Sorry.
He is.
Wait.
What was I talking about then? Because I was like, yeah,
Yeah,
Shawn Michaels is the Heartbreak Kid.
correct. Not Bret.
Bret the Hitman Hart. It says it right there.
Yeah.
But he's the dude who's actually out there macking hot chicks without even trying. He's actually just a cool fucking dude.
Yeah. Just setting the vibe.
Just setting the vibe.
Setting
You
it.
need this dude on tour because but he's not a prick about it.
No.
He's just fucking rad.
He's
He's cool and he knows it.
a
but doesn't
toiler.
mind.
He doesn't know how good he is, right?
He knows.
There you go. Anyway, he does know.
He knows.
But he doesn't let you know that he
But-
knows.
But he's still a cool dude.
Oh, big time.
Whereas Big Papa Pump wants to be Bret the Hitman Hart.
Does.
Oh,
And
yeah.
He's never going to be.
Love it. Now at 7. Oh, man. Number 7 is so good. Oh, yeah! It's Macho Man Randy Savage. He is a fucking outrageous cunt.
I've been watching quite a few of the Beyond the Ring or kind of like Vice, but they do these in-depth kind of documentaries on it's Beyond the Ring, I think, and it's has these 20-minute deep dives into some of these wrestling characters, and you can tell when they're just they go to Ric Flair, and you can tell when they're just talking it up just for the thing, and a lot of them are just no, don't nod, I'm not joking. Randy Savage is fucking crazy. And when you have Ric Flair going,
He's crazy.
mate, this guy doesn't fucking stop. Because Ric Flair was yeah, I used to put it on, but really I was married.
Do the strut and shit.
Yeah, but it's all just, he goes, no, there's no, after the match he goes, oh yeah, baby. It's oh, no, you can, mate, there's no one in here, mate. We can just, and apparently it just got worse and worse.
And just caught in a loop.
Caught in a
of being
big
Macho
old
Man.
loop. Yeah.
Because I think he was Randy Savage, and then when he went from WCW over to whatever it was, he called himself the Macho Man. That's because I wanted to get a good quality photo.
Yeah.
Look at the kit he's wearing, mate. Mate, he wore the fucking rudest kit. And that's what you want. When you're on tour, man, you rock fucking rude kit.
Yeah.
And Macho Man Randy Savage is leading the fucking charge. He's the dude who sets the fucking tour. You have a sus night.
Yeah.
And he's it's dress up night. What's the theme? Follow me, boys. And he's just he's like you and Johnny fucking Brown. They've got boxes of just crazy kit, but he doesn't have them in boxes. He's just got it in his fucking cupboard.
And also,
wears it
he
every
comes
day.
in and you're oh, yeah, it's rude kit night. He goes, oh, shit, is it? Let me go get changed. And
He
you're
goes, oh, yeah.
Wait, what? That's not your rude kit.
Look
It's
at his
oh, yeah.
shades, man.
Mate, how
And
much
his
do you reckon?
cowboy
How
hat.
much do you reckon he can see out of them?
I'm looking at him.
Slim to none?
You can't see out of him, man. And he's got the hand tassels and shit.
Oh, so that when you spun around, kind of like
Because
Ultimate.
he used to fucking fight with the Ultimate
Oh, I was
Warrior.
about to say.
So that's why they both wear fucking just crazy colourful shit.
And then you see him in the wrestler. So you had Mickey Rourke, who played the down and out former wrestler kind of thing.
Robin Ramzinski.
Yeah,
Randy the Ram.
like perfect.
That
right?
movie is fucking unbelievable.
And then
by the way.
so and he was juiced to the gills in that. And then when he had to fight someone, buzzsaw or chainsaw or whatever, that was Randy Savage, and he's like, yeah, and does the whole neck delt kind of chest thing, and you're like, holy fuck, and that guy's like 54 at that point, and it's like, you got to kind of cycle out of it, bro, otherwise, and you see what happened here, had a heart attack and died.
Macho Man.
Mate, big time. I think his heart exploded, pretty much.
It's like that scene in Alien.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Oh, no, not again. Not Spaceballs.
Oh, man.
Mate, imagine him at 7, his energy, right?
Oh. He would be hitting every breakdown at 1,000,000 miles an hour.
God.
Just.
He'd be one of okay, you know when you're warming up.
He's the dude. You're doing contact.
What are you doing, bro?
Yeah. Or training. At training, he fucking smashes.
And you know how you look at your mate who's going to hit the ball up, and like he looks at you, you look at him, and you're like, I'll go oof, right, and just hit the pad.
And it's
oof, oof,
yeah.
Not, right, and you have that understanding because he's saying, I'm saying. Can you imagine if you were holding the pad, and you had him, and you're looking at him, and you're like, oh my god, he's wearing his shades. He can't see I can't see his eyes. Meanwhile, you wake up, you're on your back, and he's like, oh, yeah.
So he's Cassidy Holland.
There you go. Expresses all of his air out of his fucking lungs. Big time. Mate, him at 7.
Macho
Perfect.
Man Randy Savage. And then at number 8,
'Kay.
again, longevity. One of the first guys picked. Hard to go by. He's like a Kieran Reid type operator. Triple H.
Okay. Triple H.
Do you remember when he was into Generation X?
Mate.
And they go, suck it.
Fireworks and shit.
Cross chop.
Wait, I'd cross. Oh, also, and Triple H would be in the middle, and mate. Okay, he's gone through his heel and face kind of a thing, and remember when he he'd come out in The Rock and Stone Cold, or like doing it this way, and he'd go, you got to understand that wrestling. Because he's banging, or he's married to Stephanie McMahon, right?
Yeah.
The business is this, and remember he kept coming out in suits.
Now,
and
now he's like the GM and shit.
Right, so now, remember when he used to come out, and he'd jump on the corner thing, and he'd flick his head back, and
yeah.
I'm doing that now.
Well, he got no hair to do it with.
No, but like spraying the crowd with his
Corona.
spittle. With his spittle.
Yeah.
Okay, Triple H, he used to okay, I actually Googled, what does Triple H stand for? Right?
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what does it stand for? His name is not, it has 0 H's
Howard
in
Henry
it.
Hughes or something.
His actual name has 0 H's in it, okay? However, he decided to have his original wrestler name was Hunter Hearst Helmsley. And then he wrestled that for 5 years, and then he went, just call me Triple H. It's like, wait, what's your real... His real name had 0 H's in it, and he just decided that was his stage name.
And then went, this is my stage name, but then instead of going, I'm going to change my name to something else like Dragon,
Yeah.
he goes Triple H. So he took the shit stage name he made and abbreviated that into a shit name as well, instead of going, why not just think of something cool like Shockmaster or something?
He'd be that classic, like, good player, not a great player, but because he's banging the coach's daughter, he's in the team.
But he's also just ultimate workhorse. There are dudes who are more exciting and shit that come along.
He's not a born leader, but he's taken the role.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And as much as he gets,
but then by the end of his career, you're like, he's played 113 tests and he's actually fucking. You're like,
you're a goober, but it's good for the
Yeah.
team. And it's like, hey, Trip, why are you wearing a tie, mate? Fucking relax, bro.
Yeah.
They call him Trip. Oi, H.
TH.
Oi. You get it. Or not. But no, he's quite polarising. But sometimes you need that in the team.
Yeah, because Harry Wilson comes along and they're like, he's so young and he's exciting and stuff like that. But
It's like sit down,
been there, done
sit
that.
down, single H, right?
Yeah. This is Triple H.
Triple the guy.
Triple the H.
O-H. Fucking hell. Which is O-O.
Fucking
Next.
hell,
Just click
God.
next, mate.
Oh, sorry. Oh, bro.
So that was our pack.
This halves partnership.
Is
You know how I
deadly.
said Bret the Hitman Hart's one of top 3?
Yep.
These next 2 would probably round out that top 3. The Wolverine, Chris Benoit.
The rabid Wolverine. His traps. Okay.
Fucking huge cunt. Because he's only like 5'6" or something.
He had a very rugged and giant head, right? With that tough kind of pout, right? And then into his traps, which went
Delts.
No, delts of that.
Oh, sorry.
Lats.
Traps. Yeah.
Traps, which went straight to the end of his delts. So there was no like collar. This is where your collarbone is. Straight over there. And he like, for
No,
a small
like-
guy, you'd think he'd be more flippy, kind of maneuverable. But
No,
as a
he's-
rabid Wolverine, he didn't
he
need
is,
to do that.
he is brunt force.
He's a thick boy. Who would we rate him compared to? Who are very?
The other halfback was RVD.
Oh no! He's in like in international rugby or whatever.
Oh, poor. I don't know.
No one's like that. It's a different type of
Nah,
game.
like a fucking tough, hard cunt fucking halfback. Like, I don't know. Like, you know, who's a halfback that was known for like fucking being a real fucking tough cunt? Fuck.
What about Matt Henjack? Well, he gets in
No,
fights.
there are some. There are some.
I just can't think of any. Maybe he played for uni, mate. Mate, how physical would he be? He'd be an extra back rower, right?
Yeah.
Someone to make
Yeah.
a break, they go, oh, push the halfback over, and he'd fucking just fuck him up.
Yeah. He kind of actually reminds me of sort of the current French halfback, you know, Antoine Dupont,
Yes.
who's actually like a real... No, not by way of like stature or anything like that, but like a Faf de Klerk who isn't afraid to fucking hit cunts,
Yeah.
picks cunts up and dumps them, but then also gets stuck into the hard shit.
Yep.
Like that's... Yes.
Yes.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
You know, like he's a halfback who doesn't take a backward fucking step and like actually fucking whacks cunts and flies into shit. Doesn't always come off, just like Faf when he got bumped by Skelton. Like,
Yeah.
he'll fly
But
into shit.
guess what? He'll
Mate,
try it again.
This guy literally, his finishing move was a flying headbutt to someone on the ground.
I thought it was a 12 gauge to his wife and kids.
Holy fuck. Holy fuck.
I didn't know how to slip that one in there.
Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Oh, fuck. Holy fuck, man.
Anyway, them's the breaks. You know,
Oh, man.
that's wrestling.
Holy fuck.
What a 9, mate.
Oh. Well, his finishing move was actually
Well, what is it?
a noose.
Are you saying anus?
A noose.
It's by
No,
a
he
noose.
he hung himself.
Himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but no, like that's it. Like that's the sort of fucking player he was. Like he'd stand up and go, do the thing across the neck, jump on a fucking on the top banister, and then just headbutt.
Yeah.
Like he'd fly flat and hit him with the head. So I reckon, yeah, like Chris Benoit's up there, Bret the Hitman Hart, Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
I love those 3.
Yeah.
There's 2 more in this probable side that I fucking love as well. And one of them, I reckon this guy, the fly half, this is a sick little fucking 9-10 combo. And I love this fly half, mate. All swagger. It's the Heartbreak Kid. Shawn Michaels.
Okay.
That was him when he won the Intercontinental Championship. Remember he used to do that thing? He'd go sideways and flex and do like a Jean-Claude Van Damme sort of sideways lunge.
Oh.
Yeah, you go.
Who wants to come with me? Okay. He was phasing out, like, from main kind of in the mid-90s, right? And then all the new wave, NWO, all that kind of stuff started coming through. So I missed a bit of the Heartbreak Kid.
Well, yeah, he was like
The
early
showstopper?
90s and then was out of it for a couple
But
of
then
years.
he come
came
back and you're like, who the fuck's
and,
this guy?
and he just had this fucking swagger. Everyone was
Yes.
like, no, he's actually just a cool cunt.
Yeah, yeah.
I love his finishing move, sweet chin music, where he'd stand, go to the corner, someone's on the ground, he'd go to the corner and hold on to the rope and he'd bang his foot up and down. And then the person would stand up and turn around and he'd just fucking run and kick to the fucking face. Sweet chin music.
Sweet chin music.
And it was fucking awesome, cunt. Like, the person would be looking the other way, and he'd just be standing there holding on, bang, bang, like banging his foot on the ground as if like, I'm going to kick you in the fucking head. And then the cunt would stand up, and as they start to turn, he'd fucking lunge forward, whoop, fucking foot above his head, and just kick him in the face.
Got him.
Sweet chin music.
He
I reckon that and the stunner are like the two best. And the Wolverines fucking flying. Oh, mate. Or Booker T's fucking scissor kick. Oh.
scissoring. So I think with his actual last name, he could have played 8 as well. His last name, his real last name, is Hickenbottom. Hicken.
So his name's
H-I-C-K.
Sean Hickenbottom.
Sean Hickenbottom.
Bullshit. Sean Michael Hickenbottom.
Hickenbottom.
Hickenbottom. Hickenbottom.
Eating bounties.
But he's like that 10 who's just like the halfbacks of like him and Chris Benoit have
man.
played together forever, and they're like
yeah.
great mates, but they're like two completely different personalities. This dude's all swagger, fucking legend, fucking Quaid and Genya.
Confidence guy.
Yeah, Quaid and Genya.
There you go.
Quaid and Genya.
Yeah.
Chris Benoit, Will Genya, family man. Shawn Michaels. Quaid Cooper, flamboyant.
Big confidence guys.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Can go off the rails, though.
Yes.
I assume Shawn Michaels
Well,
off the rails.
Quaid Cooper went off the rails when he was, James O'Connor, Kurtley
Correct.
Beale. He went off the rails when he was Triple H and Degeneration X and stuff.
Yeah.
When he's but then he comes good again, and everyone's like, "I'm in your corner. I gotcha."
Gotcha.
And he's all swagger, all fucking swagger,
All day, all sway.
all sway, all day.
Perfect.
Now on the left wing, we made the decision. Oh no. Speaking of one of my favourite fucking of all time, I love this cunt so much. It's fucking Booker T.
That's an old... That looks like a current photo of him, too.
Love Booker T.
So-
the scissor kick,
Mate.
where they'd be standing in the middle of the ring and he'd bounce off the rope, and fucking scissor kick them in the back of the head. Oh,
He,
man. He was fucking such a sick cunt,
Like,
man.
when WWF became WWE and WCW, all those wrestlers tried to come into the WWE, was it whatever it was then, and only Goldberg, Booker T, and like 2 or 3 other blokes actually actively, and Goldust actually made it over and successfully came over.
Yeah,
Booker T. And he had a lot of trash talk on the wing.
Man.
Like could you imagine him standing on the wing,
He's-
yelling and firing up, and you're like, just, what are you doing?
He'd be the dude just fucking lipping cunts in the
Just
stand.
lipping, and you're like,
Just lipping cunts in the stand. And then he'd do fucking something kick. He'd scissor kick over someone
Yeah.
and score this fucking... But he'd have all this shit talk and all this fucking chat
Yeah.
and then fucking
You
back
could back it up.
and would just fucking do the sickest shit, like the craziest shit.
Yeah.
And just do it looking so fucking cool. And then he'd fucking get up and swagger back and he would just chirp. Did you see that video of him one time when he's like, yeah, motherfucker? He's like doing the thing to the camera and he calls some dude, like...
He actually swears, doesn't he?
Calls him a N-word with a A. He's like, yeah, come at me near. Oh. And he like says it. He says it. He's like, oh.
And he's
And
like,
the dude next to him just keeps going. He's like, oh. Because he's like so in the
yeah.
moment of like, Yeah, he's so in the moment of being this like real swag,
Yeah.
fucking cool
He
cunt
says it.
shit
He goes, "Ooh."
that he says it because he's probably fucking
Yeah.
Booker T, man, because
Big
he
time.
used to. Who was his tag team partner? Oh fuck, because they used to fucking just win all the time, eh? Like, I remember Booker and Lash Huffman, better known as Booker T and Stevie Ray. Yeah, I remember because that was my first sort of foray. Because they were WCW.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember like they used to be WCW World Tag Team Champions
Yes.
and shit. And I remember just being like, fuck yeah, because they were just fucking cool, man.
Yeah.
Cool motherfuckers, man. Booker T. He's one of my favourites of all time, too.
Mate, whack him on the wing.
Oh,
Sesame Timbers.
Sesame Timbers. Now, in the centres, so the last time we saw Eddie Guerrero and Randy Orton in the centres, two experienced campaigners, two blokes that are very different players, and we wanted to see how they play together because they are different players. And then in the centres on this one, you've got Jeff Hardy. And, he's like a fucking weird cunt. He's that 12 where he's like fucking sits before the game, pumping fucking punk music in headphones that are bigger than these, and just, you can hear it going, motherfucking, and he's just sitting there going,
Or a bit of corn or something.
and, oh, dude, today at home, I was just working. Mrs. wasn't feeling too good, so I just look in and she's asleep on my bed. Real peacefully, just chilling out, asleep, while in my headphones I was fucking pumping Freaking Unleashed by Korn so hard.
Right.
It's my favourite song of all time.
What's
And
the
I was just
What's the
fucking
song that goes? You know how he?
boom, nung,
Yeah,
nung,
that one.
nung,
What's
nung.
that one?
That's Freaking
That's on a
Unleashed.
Freaking Leash.
Ba-boom.
And is that the one with the cartoon thing and up over that?
Yeah,
Up over that
with a
mount-
bullet.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes, I love that song.
Oi. Or what about the guitarist from Limp Bizkit that used to like go? Or was that Korn?
That's Korn. That's Monkey.
That's Monkey. That's Monkey.
Yeah, Monkey from Korn.
That's
And he'd go,
Monkey.
"Dun, dun, dun."
Yeah, that one. And he'd like,
Yeah.
meow, and he'd like swoop over the top
Yeah,
of it.
and you'd hold it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Korn.
That's Monkey. Oh, sorry. That's me, Monkey.
Or All in the Family, the song they did, number 20 on the so Freak on a Leash, that album.
Yep.
Starts at number 13, and number 20 is a song called All in the Family, where like Jonathan Davis, the lead singer of Korn, has a rap battle with Fred Durst. He's like, "Korn on the cob, you need a do job," shit like that. Mate. And he's
How
like,
good.
Yeah, it's so sick.
But
Jeff Hardy loves Korn.
he does.
He definitely loves Korn.
Mate, big time.
He's the inside center who is like fucking weird as and just pumps nothing but new metal, Korn, POD, Limp Bizkit, shit like that, and that's all he still listens to, and he still wears the fucking wide flary jeans, wears like a red cap backwards and shit to the games. He's
who
the
sang-
weird cunt inside center who's still
You're my butterfly, sugar.
Crazy
baby.
Town.
Crazy Town have that one, and then they have some weird new metal stuff.
Mm.
And that guy's been through some stuff.
Yeah.
I googled it.
Yeah.
So, well,
He
hold
just-
on.
Yeah. This cunt loves new metal.
Who have we got at 13? Because then I can talk about
Well, that's
the
13.
Santa combo.
We've got his brother Matt Hardy.
Okay.
So I wanted to play them together
Yes.
because we've seen them play together at club level. Now I want to see them play together at the next level.
Yeah.
And from there we can actually make the decision, okay. Can we take, because the way we see it, you get both Hardys or you don't get any Hardys.
Correct.
So
So-
Matt Hardy.
So you got Jeff and Matt Hardy.
And
the
Matt's
Hardy boys.
Matt himself is weird, but nowhere near as weird as Jeff.
Okay. So these two,
Look at that stance.
and he's directly remind me of Liam and Noel Gallagher. So Liam is the fucking absolute fucking worst. He's the one getting in all the trouble. And you go, oh well, Noel must be nice, and you're like, no, he's not. He's just not as bad as his brother.
Yeah.
So Jeff Hardy is the one that's been done drug trafficking. Yeah. He's been locked up in jail like 10 times. Done drug driving. Done
Smokes ice.
smokes ice. got done. He's been in rehab like so many times. His brother was like, "Oh, well, Matt's the nice one." I was like, "No, he just has his brother's just more of a fuck up." So you can imagine them together, right? Jeff's freaking out. Matt's just like, I was like looking at Matt, going, "Can you sort your brother out?"
He's like, "No, he's all right."
"He's all right. I'm with him."
Yeah.
But then again,
Like Matt eats shrooms, Jeff smokes crack.
yeah. And you're just gonna have to take them both as a see what happens. And Matt would be the only one to be able to talk to Jeff,
Yes.
right? And he'd know he'd be able to tap into that crazy athletic
At
ability.
like 3 a.m, you're
Yeah.
all on tour getting fucked up, and he'd have to walk him out the front, and you just see them sort of talking really close, face to face on the driveway and shit like that. Then Jeff comes in and goes, "Sorry guys, I apologise," and Matt's like, "Oh no, it's all good."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Because Jeff
everyone's-
has just fucking flipped
meanwhile,
out.
everyone's like shaking, going,
Yeah.
"Sorry, guys." You're like, "Oh yeah, that'll do."
Jeff does. She's like, fucking, and like hits himself in the face and shit. He's like,
such
and then
such an idiot.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then Matt talks to him and shit. Then he comes in and he's like, "Yeah, no, I'm all right." And then you think, "Oh, right." And he's like, "I'm gonna go to bed," but then go to bed a few hours later, and he's still just like sitting in his room staring at the wall,
Playing his guitar like this,
like monkey
mate, like monkey,
out of corn.
big time,
Hardy Brothers,
mate. Oi, see what happens. What's the worst that could happen?
so much.
The Hardy Boys.
All right, now on the right wing, this dude's a fucking goober. I hated that you selected him. I know you selected him because he's Edge's mate.
Yeah.
That's why I
Wait.
split them up, because this dude sucks.
When I actually Googled Christian, and I was like, "Oh wait, what does he look like?"
I was
'Cause
like,
the Edge,
is that Edge?
Edge is the one that
Yeah.
you go, "Oh, that's the
Yeah.
of the two. That's
it's
the
Edge
guy."
and Christian. You're
Yeah.
like, it's like Hall and Oates or Simon and Garfunkel.
Yeah.
It's like, just give us Simon.
It's
Just
like
give us Hall.
It's like Bohr and Bowden, obviously Bowden,
yeah.
or Blanche as it was, as
Yeah.
it has been for the last
It's
year
like-
and a half. What a dumb fuck. So okay.
He's a gimp.
Then you want to know?
He looks like such a
Yeah.
fucking gimp.
Wait,
He's such a fake tough guy.
and the bit of info I
He's
have,
such a fake tough guy.
the little bit of info I have isn't going to paint him in such a great thing.
Oh.
So his finishing move is the kill switch. Okay.
Oh, you fucking try hard cunt.
Okay. He refers to his fans as his peeps or his peepulation, and then in brackets it says a play on the word population.
Yeah, I got it. You fucking loser.
Wait, and also his fans as the Christian Coalition, and you're like, wait, isn't that
Isn't that a
Hillsong?
death cult?
Wait,
Is
pretty
that
much.
cult that had just formed out at Arachula?
Oh yeah,
I think I saw a movie, fucking segment on them on 60 Minutes the other week.
and they paint. They do paintings in Newstead, don't they?
No, this dude is
yeah.
a fucking gimp. So Edge has been selected in all the possibles, probables for like 10 years.
But now
He's
with-
finally got his chance
Yep.
at the age of 30. It's just a gimme because
But-
he's been playing Super Rugby for a while, and we're like, all right, now we'll give you a chance to get into the squad. You might get a run on the wing,
Yeah,
off the bench against Samoa.
but now he doesn't have Christian next to him. So
No,
we're
he
gonna
doesn't have Edge.
We're Edge next to him. So
That's how boring and basic he is. We keep getting him mixed up with someone else
and how much better is the name The Edge
than Christian.
compared to Christian?
They were called Christian and the Edge. It's like, bro.
What's your Christian name? And he goes, yes. And you're, oh, God. No. What's your? Oh, fuck! I just. Here.
He's like, yeah. When they first start out going like, let's get into wrestling, and they're like, all right, okay. I've been thinking about a name. What about it? And he's like, The Edge. He's like, love it.
Love it.
Edgy, cool, makes you sound like a fucking legend. Oh yeah. Well, Edge is like, what do you got, Christian? What do you got? He's like,
Oh,
what
my
about
name-
this? What about this? Christian.
It's like, yep,
And he's like, what? And he's like, Christian.
because my name is Christian. No, but you, fuck it.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, that's cool, man. It's because he's a friend of the family, and his mum's always
Something
like,
he's got. There's some reason.
yeah, his mum's always like, Edge, make sure you fucking play with Christian. He's like, oh, for fuck's sake, cunt.
And also,
That started when they were 8 and went all the way up till they were about 43 years old.
and also, Christian would have done all the paperwork to enter the tag team into all the comps.
He started out being like...
He's doing all the paying insurance.
Yeah.
And
So Edge would be doing sick shit on the playground and
Yep.
stuff, and Christian would be like, oh, yeah, how cool is he? That's my best friend.
Hype guy.
Yeah. We'll be like, that's my best friend.
That's my
and
best
he's like,
friend.
hey, Edge. He's like, oh,
We're in a
Christian
wrestling team.
Yeah.
We're together. Tag team.
He's like, what's your name? Oh, Christian and the Edge. Christian and the Edge. Yeah, they say to Edge, hey, kid, what's your name? Oh, Christian and the Edge. We're Christian and the Edge. He's like, oh, yeah. Yeah, cool, man. Oh, yeah, we want to offer you a contract. He's like, you want to offer us contract? Christian and the Edge got a contract. Way to go, Edge. He's
we
like,
did
oh,
it.
Yeah.
We finally did it.
Yeah. But Edge is just such a nice guy that he can't tell
Yeah.
Christian, you fucking suck, cunt. I hate you.
You didn't have to put... Okay. I actually had them both as like left and right wing, and then here they are.
Split them up. You selected the squad.
That's true.
I chose where I want to see these
Gotcha.
teams go toe-to-toe.
Yeah.
Because I hate this cunt.
Apparently you do.
All right, at fullback. This is a strange selection, but it's The Rock.
The Rock. Mainly due to his communication at the back there.
Yep.
Right? He'd be all
He would be
chat, and
chirping.
he can back it up. He's not just chirping.
But I like to think of it as The Rock's been there. He's done that. He's been playing in the back row. He's been good. A lot of good back rowers coming through.
Yeah.
You got Bret the Hitman Hart. This guy's
Team
coming
guy.
up. This guy's coming up. And they're like, we've got to get him in there. And they're like, we've seen him pass the ball from time to time. It's not too bad. It's a possibles versus probables. You've got an opportunity to try things out. Let's throw him at fullback and see how he goes. The old Sam Burgess.
Yeah.
The old Sam
There
Burgess.
you go.
So chuck the Rock at the back. See how he goes. Imagine a fullback the size of the Rock. He's got good aerial skills.
He does.
He's got good chat. Hopefully it can translate into playing in the backs.
How good it used to be when someone's like half unconscious on the ground and he zigs left.
Jumps over him.
Zigs right. Yeah, jumps over top of him, stops, and then does his like weird like this, and then he pulls his and then drops the people's elbow on him.
Good stuff, eh?
Mate. And remember his the eyebrows.
Yes.
I-
Something to get.
I swear
He's
didn't
doing
need
it
to
right there.
He didn't need to say anything for like 5 minutes. It'd just be raised eye, but he's got because it's he's so good at the crowd. He'd give the eyebrow to everybody.
He's charismatic
Can
as
you
fuck.
Okay, originally when he did these, can you smell when the Rock is cooking? Boom, killed it for like 6 months to a year, and then he started, what the Rock? And then
Can you smell
Is cooking, and everyone had once. It must be like one of those singers that has one of those banging tracks, like Daryl Braithwaite, who literally just goes, "Fuck, you guys finish the song." It's said everyone's saying it, just mic out, and like you're like, imagine getting paid that much money just to go. You guys sing your own song. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I mean, because I think, do you reckon he was when he was getting signed up for the Scorpion King? Do you reckon?
Well, he was the Scorpion King first in The Mummy Returns.
Yes. Yeah, he was. Remember? Okay, and also,
Looked dodgy in that.
He
Why
did.
would you make a whole movie about that?
even better, with the big bloke from the Green Mile,
Michael Clark Duncan.
that one. Who ended up dying?
He died.
He died, yeah. Also, great thing, he'd be the tour bloke that'd always get straight into his budgie smugglers.
Yes.
And the cow skull
Yes.
on the...
Yes. He would just be rocking around in budgies and that shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that is good, kid. Those shades. So yuck. So sick.
So yuck. Mate, him at the back, just chatting. At the back of the bus, too.
Whoa.
Imagine just having him on your team. Fuck yeah.
Fucking
Really
oath.
doesn't matter where he is.
No.
He'll figure it out.
He'll work it out.
He's the Rock.
He's the Rock. All right, so now we've got a couple of subs. Ellen is going to be playing on both teams,
Yeah.
obviously. It's possible versus probable. She'll just change the jersey, wear the same coloured shorts. Doesn't
Yeah.
really matter. But again, Ellen. You can't.
Riding Pine, nonetheless.
Probably the whole game. It's like Dale Copley, Haylett. They'll just throw them on.
Probably
as a
or
stopgate.
probably or possibly Ride the Pine.
Well,
Both.
she's in both, so probably possible.
Probably going to get 0 minutes, but possibly going to get 0.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a shame.
All right, now at 17, it's Mick Foley.
Man.
So the reason why Mick Foley's on the bench and not starting is he's that guy who's just been there for fucking ever.
Adam Fryer?
But can play like, throw him at 6, he's not going to line out jump, but he's sick.
6.
Throw him at 8, sick. Throw him at 7, sick.
Throw him at hooker. Yeah.
Sick. You can have him everywhere, and he's just been there forever. Rocks up to the game just wearing a fucking flannel with his kids who are just fucking rowdy little cunts, and just like will stick around and just chop piss. Essentially, he's Steve Keys. Right?
Oi. Essentially, look at that flano.
I just thought of that. I was like, he just looks like Keezy.
He's got that's one of those flanos you buy from Kmart, which is actually a jacket because you can see there's
And it's long sleeves.
And he's cut the sleeves off. Then he's got an actual flannelette shirt underneath, and then he's got a
t-shirt,
probably
a
rock t-shirt,
Yeah.
Ramones or something.
Yeah.
No, probably more.
What would it be?
Not Led
Be like
Zeppelin.
Def Leppard or something.
Def Leppard.
Yeah.
Something like that.
80s hair metal.
Yeah. And remember,
because he started out as Cactus Jack.
Yes.
And then he became Mankind. And then what was he at the end? The Dude or some shit?
The Kind or the Man? Like he
No,
had.
there was like the Dude or something like that, where he was like a freewheeling hippie dude.
Yeah.
So Cactus Jack was a guy from the town of Fear and Consequences, New Mexico. He's like a cowboy dude. Then Mankind was a weird loner.
Came
with
out
Mr.
from
Sock.
a basement or something.
Yeah, he was weird.
And
then he became like the Dude or the cool dude or some shit, and he was like a laid back sort of fucking hippie vibe.
Because with Mankind, so he had his little leather mask on.
That was when I first got introduced to him.
Mate. Remember that cage match?
Yes, Hell in a Cell.
Hell in a Cell. And that one...
And he got fucking choke slammed off the top through a fucking cage onto the table.
Yeah, that was... And he was just a warrior. He'd lost pretty much all of his stuff, but he just kept getting back up. And they go, oh, he's done now. And he'd start moving. And apparently, he did it on the road the first time he took his shoe off and he shoved his sock into this bloke's mouth. And I was like, maybe that's like a cool finishing move. And Vince was like, I like that. Do that again. And then he started...
Mr. Socko.
Would he always
pull it out of his undies?
Out of his... And
he'd...
And the guy's like, no!
I'm going to go home tonight and watch so many wrestling videos.
Mate. Mr. Socko. Imagine him on rugby tour.
He would just be awesome.
He'd be a bourbon drinker or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jimmy's. But that's what I mean. Like, that's why he's Keezy. He's just like... He's just always been the same.
Oh, not
going to
change.
Legend. Yes.
What are you guys drinking?
But
he's
sweet. Just a fucking, and he would have just the sickest chat. And he'd just be, real loud, yeah, fucking rah, rah, rah. You know what I mean? But, just funny as fuck and just champion bloke.
Which bourbon? Do you reckon it'd be like Wild Turkey or...
Oh, he'd be straight
Jack
Jimmy.
Daniels or Jimmy.
Jimmy. He'd straight up be a Jimmy and Coke.
Yep. Mate. Reminds me of Jimmy Barnes. Did I tell you this one?
What?
When he was back in the day, Cold Chisel, he was in the green room before Cold Chisel were about to go out. He's drinking his fucking Jack Daniels straight from the bottle. Classic 80s. And he all of a sudden goes, oh, fuck. Come on, we got to go. And he's talking to Ian Moss. Going, let's go, we got to go. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, we got to go on. They're like, Jimmy, we've already been on. We're back. And he's like, huh? I'm like, yeah, we've already... What? You don't remember? He goes, no, I don't remember. I was just sitting here. Did we go on? It's like, yeah. He goes, how'd we go? And Ian Moss is like, we didn't go well. Like, believe it or not well, Jimmy. Imagine that, just going, let's go. It's like, what the fuck is he going?
We've all been there, though, eh?
Yeah,
We're going to do this. And they're like, we did. Because you're just so munted. Yeah, I remember hearing like Jimmy Barnes, but before he quit drinking, he was like just fucking knocking back a litre of vodka a day.
Mate,
Hectic.
at home.
Rugged. Getting on the piss is sick, but that's just fucked. So Mick Foley.
Mate, that's a great... This is possibles or probables?
Probables.
Okay. Possibles and probables, it just doesn't...
I don't think it means
It doesn't actually...
It was just like the term they used.
And then if you stop and think and you go, well, I'd prefer to be in the probables.
Oh,
right?
100%.
Because you're like, I'm probably... Or
'Cause
you're
I'll
possibly
probably
going to
get
get in or
selected.
probably... Let's get probables.
I think it was just a term that was used.
Or like
Possible versus
the
probables.
gold team and the silver team. And you're like...
Yeah. Yeah.
Or team
like-
1 and team 2. And you're
Yeah,
like,
it's like gold team or the brown team.
or the skitty brown team. And you're like, what? Mate, red hot.
Red hot. All right, now there's one more selection. I couldn't pass this up. Look, there's going to be so much contentious selections in this. Like, we miss so many players. Like, Rey Mysterio for mine is a
Yep.
fucking huge miss, but some players get missed, some players don't, whatever it may be. Some players
Pete
play in
Samu
form.
misses out, right?
Rey Mysterio had
Yep.
a poor season. But I just thought, if you're going on tour, you've got to have your local sex pest, and it's Gold Dust.
He has come up a couple of times. Mate. Worst thing is like... And then when he takes that wig off, it's like an oddly like chubby guy in a skin tight gold and black and like very like handsy.
Oh, mate,
And
he's
it's
like,
just...
he's like, ooh, and he like does this little...
And he like flop, like...
yeah,
And it's like...
super effeminate, but
Because
weird.
these jackets he used to wear had big shoulder pads in it, gave him like a big A-frame kind of thing. And,
Yeah.
and he's tall, right? He's like built like Tom Holliday, right?
Tom Holliday. He is Tom Holliday. It's Dustin Rhodes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like the way he changed to get into his character. But imagine him on
Weird,
tour.
eh?
It's like, what's that guy do? It's like, you'll find out.
He's
When the s-
so weird,
When
man.
the sun goes down, you find
Yeah.
out.
His son's Dusty Rhodes, who went on... no, his old man is Dusty Rhodes, who was like a massive fucking wrestler
Yeah.
himself.
Spitting image,
Right?
mate.
Imagine that. Dusty Rhodes is like in the World Wrestling Hall of Fame and shit like that.
Is
And
it
then his
Dusty
son comes out.
Dusty
and he's-
Rhodes like the original Ric Flair?
I think so,
Kinda?
yeah.
He based it on.
Yeah. He
Ish.
was like a real
Like
cool,
a-
but like...
He goes, that's
Just
the
a
kind,
real
the kind of guy.
swaggy
Yeah,
type
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
And then your son comes out and he's
Me
just
too.
this
It's like,
whack ass fucking cunt. But like, you got to have a sex pest on tour.
Gotta.
I mean, if Johnny Brown can't make it,
Yep.
Gold
Just
Dust
as
has got to
good.
come along. Gold Dust, man. Do you remember the old game WCW versus NWO on Nintendo 64, and you could do a 40-man battle royale?
Yep.
And once you got knocked out, the next person coming out, you would wrestle as them.
Yep.
And like, you cop fucking Gold Dust, and be like, fuck, Gold Dust. That cunt's weird.
How'd that
Because you're
happen?
like 10.
Yeah.
So you're like, ooh, this dude's
Ew.
gay and effeminate.
It's weird.
What a homo. Ugh. And like, yeah, you'd be like, ugh, Gold Dust makes me feel weird. Ugh.
But it's good that you can grow from that to now, as an adult, going, yeah,
Sex pest.
it's very weird. Look at him. You can't not, right?
But I love it how he would just fuck with people.
Oh,
It's just
yeah,
like,
yeah,
he'd
yeah.
kiss dudes and they're like, wow. And he's like, just fucking with people. And he'd always pull faces like, ugh. Like, he'd always do that. He'd go, and like turn his lip up and like ugh, like as if you're trying to be a seed bag. Like if you saw a pedo or a fucking real seed bag on the side of the road, he'd like be like that, and that's the face he would pull at people. Like the camera would pan over and go,
I'm ready to go.
Gold Dust, man.
Mate, he's on the list.
And Gold Dust just sounds like a fucking drug you
Yeah,
would
correct.
smash before having like hardcore sex. And be like, oh man, you ever fucked on Gold Dust?
You have now. You don't remember?
Smell this. Yeah.
Into the camera. And then he'd do that. Oh, gotta have him on the team, though.
Big old sex
He's
pest,
on the
Gold
list.
Dust. All right, well, that rounds out this week's episode. I'll Pillar to Post. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and email and all that sort of stuff. Big Fat Das, thanks for joining us.
J-Ball.
See you all next week.
Right.